Y'all ready for this?
His team is just rotting though. Maldiva doing so much damage to everyone.
Is he a live lord or is he not? Vanish cheap shot, can he counter kill? The back comes out, he's gonna die! Kid on the Nesper now, half HP Nesper pulls it out.
And he just flops! Are you kidding me? Dude, this Red Paladin team is here to play. Welcome to EU, ladies and gentlemen. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another weekly tournament. I am Dmachine, your host, and I am joined by some good buddies. I got Mr. Super Tease and Venruki in call with me. How you doing, boys?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Here, let me set up your camera, Venruki. I messed it up. Here we go.
You messed up, it's okay.
Yeah, I fixed it, sort of. It's on its way to being fixed. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. Ready for games, says Super Tease. Me too. Excited. Actually, what is our first matchup today?
Our very first matchup today? I'm not sure if I have this set up. I do! We have Magic Ven versus the BBs. So the BBs is definitely an underdog team. They are a Ret Hunter Restoration Shaman, but I do believe that they are significantly lesser rated than the other teams competing. But that doesn't mean anything. I mean, they could bring it out. We'll see.
And is Nesper.
That's an RL Dream Team.
Yeah,
yep.
Magic Ven is RL Dream Team.
I like the RL Dream Team better than this name, if I can be completely honest.
It was catchy, right? It was a catchy team name.
I wonder why they switched. I mean, maybe if they win this tournament, we can ask them. I'm curious.
Oh yeah, we can interview them, huh? So Hannah's given me the go-ahead already, but before I just jump right into the matches, I do want to say welcome to tournament number 12. We are here once again to show you some sweet games. Oh yeah, I need to make sure my add-ons. Oh well, I'm looking at the interface.
I was gonna say, make sure it's on.
I was relogging, yeah.
But it's going to be a good tournament, guys. We do have the previous champions of tournament number 11, Krill, Elite, and Rosita Jones competing in this tournament, playing their Holy Paladin God Comp. They're definitely the team to look out for, as they did win tournament number 11. This week we do have some fantastic teams competing. We do have Nesper once again with Shapus and Pink Rangers again, back with that RLD. We have the BBs, Ret Hunter Shaman, the underdogs. Can they make something happen in this tournament? We're going to find out here today, actually. With my woes, the God Comp. Here, actually, let me bring up a team list so I can actually tell you who's exactly on these teams. Oh, I already have a team list up. I'm awesome. With my O's is going to be Hood, Raise Cold, and YNG. And then we have We Carry Unafraid. I guess you guys could probably guess who that is. That's Unafraid, Taz, and I believe Driftkings. And then we have going up against Burrito Boys. Now, Burrito Boys consist of Burrito Boy X, Solus, and Zeevo. And then we have Chase and Waterfalls going up against Hey, it's Tony from the Bronx. Chase and Waterfalls will consist of Feroh, Trant, Starfail, and Ice Hunk. Though I do believe that they're having troubles finding their healer, so we'll find out what happens when it comes to their round. Going up against Hey, it's Tony from the Bronx. Tony, aka Tony Style, Losa, Yokuex? Is that how you pronounce that? Supatis? Yokuex? Not sure.
I'm not sure if he's playing.
And
I just call him Yoku.
I'm pretty sure Supatis is going to be competing on that team as the Restoration Druid. But yeah, there it is. Supatis, are you confident today?
Everybody in the chat spam the Tuck Furbo. Because I know you're going to.
Yeah. Turbo Cleave is a very, very good comp, but it's easy to villainize, I think, because it's just, I don't know why. Is it just because it's a slower comp?
I don't think it. I mean, sometimes it is, but when we saw the European
EU
teams playing, a
tournament,
lot of the games are super fast. Like they had pressure from start to finish against everything except maybe RMD.
Yeah, it was peculiar. I don't know. But yeah, Turbo did very, very well in EU #1. Let's see how they did sign up again. The same Turbo signed up again, so we'll see what happens in tournament #2. I want to give a quick shout out to my guild mates. They're always a good time. If you want an invite to GCD TV, just let me know in a whisper after the tournament. I'm not going to be able to send you an invite during the stream today, but I'll definitely get you into the guild if you're interested, if you're a longtime viewer, whatever. Everyone is welcome, though subscribers do get a special little rank within the guild. But I'm ready to just jump right into these games. Are you boys ready?
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
All right.
Is chat ready?
Is chat ready? Here we go, guys.
You ready for this? You all ready for this? Quote
Every game, baby!
Thank you so much, Fuselight, for that subscription, buddy. Welcome to the team. But we're going to jump right into this game, guys. We have the BBs going up against Magic Men. Here we go. Man, another subscription. Subscriptions are coming in hot. We're already at 3 out of... Actually, it's 4 out of 25. Here we go. The very first map of this best of 3 is going to be, of course, on a Grand Arena. Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Arena. We have Magic Men, aka Nesper, 80s fan, aka Shapus, Pink Rangers, going up against the BBs, the underdogs. We have Clump, Grar, and Silver Kitty, the Rep Hunter Restoration Shaman. Now, I know Nesper went up against Evangeline's team before, and they did actually have a pretty even series, but I don't know, Evangeline is, I think, at the moment, the highest rated Rep Paladin on the ladder, so here we go. Gates have opened.
Yeah, Pink Rangers got to be careful with this comp. They do a lot of damage to Restoration Druids. 80s fan just got his gateway down, snap on a guard, just get dotted. They're immediately getting onto Silver Kitty with a clone onto Clump, Howl onto Grar, 3v1 onto Silver. He's going to get bopped out of that first kidney to answer the Adrenaline Rush. 80s fan gets locked on the UA there, so Silver Kitty should be able to recover the opener.
Yeah, they're trying to get out as much initial pressure as possible. Clump now coming out with the wings. We'll have to see who he's targeting. Looks like Nesper is the target of choice for now, but with him spamming out that feint, it's going to be hard for them to actually finish him off. That is the BM Crows as well. Pink Rangers deciding not to use Ironbark, finally throwing it out onto Nesper, and that should counteract the wings and the BM Crows coming out from Gnar and Clump.
Yeah, those cooldowns are going to be fading. Clump's using his shield wall now. Nesper's probably close to that red buff. He wants to get onto Silver Kitty. He cloaks offensively. Dark Soul coming out here as well. Silver Kitty in a lot of trouble. He gets sacked onto the full kidney here. He's choosing not to trinket. He's waiting for the killing spree, dipping lower and lower, and 80s fan is just going ham on the whole team. Grar's rotting. Clump is rotting as well. Silver Kitty's trying to cast. He gets corroded on the cast. The killing spree comes out. He's going to go down here. Shirley drops the link with the bot, but his entire team is rotting. It's just doing nothing. Grar, in the meantime, is getting crushed at 9% HP. 80s fan is just destroying this team. He gets howled on his Aura Mastery, and it's going to be fading here soon.
Yeah, now Silver Kitty caught into that full kidney shots. He decided to do Trinket immediately. He needs to get some healing out for his team. He has 1 Spirit Link left. Clump still has a sack and a bubble available, but this RLD is just completely on the offensive. They're trying to get some pressure onto Nesper, but he's able to easily get dispelled out of that Hodge from Clump by Pink Rangers. He's still getting chunked down very, very low, though, with that BM Crows. He does decide to just vanish it. That does remove the BM Crows, and now opening up onto Grar, who still has a Trinket and Deterrence available, but is he going to be able to get it off down to 20% HP, catching some big heals? Silver Kitty into the full Howl of Terror from 80s fan, and the BBs is on the back foot completely. The second Deterrence coming out, the bubble out of Clump. Can they somehow survive? It's not looking good for Grar, who has no cooldowns left. Silver Kitty once again throwing out a second Spirit Link, and he has nothing left.
Yeah, the Hodge comes out on the nest where they're trying to counter pressure, but he just gets the Iron Bark. He's just going to continue to run at Silver Kitty. And that next kidney that's coming out right now could be the end for him. Killing Spree comes out. He's surely going to go down. Clump's dying at the same time. Triple kill here for Magic Men in the first round on the Grand Arena.
Yeah, that was hard for them. I mean, they were going on to Nesper, but a couple of those Hodges there, they didn't have that cross CC, so he was just going to get dispelled right out of the Hodge, and nothing came from that. And Nesper doing a great job keeping that feint up whenever needed, but which is kind of all the time. But at the end there, 80s fan just doing work, just forcing this entire team defensive whenever he gets breathing room, and there it is. And he had plenty of breathing room considering they're going on Nesper. All right, so the very first map is going to go to...
I'm loading if you have tried to queue.
Magic Men. No, I didn't
Okay,
press it
I'm
yet.
out.
I am loading as well. There it
We're
is.
all
I'm
loading.
out. I'm running
You're
around.
out. Your computer's good.
Running around in Azeroth. It's okay. Something to note about the BM crows on rogues though is if they're not stunned, they can just vanish. And
Yeah.
with the glyph, they have a 1-minute vanish. So basically, every single BM crows, they can just vanish, and it completely whiffs the dot. So if they're not careful, they're going to be wasting one of their biggest offensive tools.
I feel like going Nesper is kind of them accepting that they might not be as strong of a team, so they're kind of just trying to give him, maybe like they know that he's going to be aggressive and try and give him that way, but I don't think it's going to happen to Nesper. He's probably died way too many times to get as good as he is to not die anymore. So I feel like their best targets are like Warlock Pet early on. I think he was running Sack Pet though, and that makes it even harder for Silver Kitty. And I don't know, I've seen the most success from Ret Hunter when they're able to connect onto a Resto Druid, and that's when you have the most damage. So either you can force his trinket by CCing him and going on the Warlock trying to lock down the damage, or you can just start on him right away, hodging him, trying to go for it in the beginning. But going on to Nesper the whole game just makes me think that they already feel like they're going to get beat anyway.
Yeah, I'm just trying for some like sort of gimmicky win, because training down a rogue doesn't typically work as really anything. It's because of how powerful Feint is, like you were saying.
Yeah, I'm just asking this team what their next map choice might be. And then we'll jump right into the next one. This is a best of 3. And the map choice that they're going to choose is Dalaran, actually.
Oh, Dalaran. I was going to say they might want to choose something like Ruins of Lordaeron, where they can have an easier time connecting onto Pink Rangers, but maybe they feel like they need that LOS.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I probably would have picked Ruins of Lordaeron if I was in their position as well. But here we go. I don't know. Dalaran is still a smaller map. I mean, it's definitely smaller than the Grand Arena, but it still gives places for Pink Rangers to hide, though. If they wanted to go on Pink Rangers. I feel like the Pink Rangers is the only viable option for this Ret Hunter team, but here we go. I don't know.
They might want to still go, if they're still going Nesper, Dalaran's pretty good because he's going to overextend behind the box, and they might not need cross CC if they just stun him down below. Whereas Runes of Lordaeron, Pink Rangers is most likely always going to be in line of sight, so because they picked Dalaran, I still think they're going to keep that strategy, and as long as Nesper is wary of that, I don't see him dying.
Yeah. The very first trinket Nesper did was on that Hodge, and he got that feint up right away, but that's all he needed really to press, and that was wings and BM Crows and everything on Nesper, so this Ret Hunter definitely has a lot of work to do against this RLD, but here we go. Round 2.
Gateway comes down, sap on a clump. Nesper's going to find a target here shortly. The flare actually pulled him out. He's going to get the full kidney with the mark for death, using the adrenaline rush very early. Clump CC'd. He's not going to be able to bop him out like he did last time, and Haunts are flying onto Clump. 80s fan trying to rot him down. Force Silver Kitty to have to heal multiple targets. He's trying to kite away from Nesper's adrenaline rush, but he just can't get away from it. Even getting howled now for damage at this point. Dark Soul gets popped. The Hodge onto Pink Rangers. Looks like they're pushing up to land the full trap. They land the full trap. 80s fan is pushing in, and he's just doing damage. There's no pressure coming out from the Ret Hunter, even though the Avenging Wrath is up. They're not getting anything done.
Yeah, 80s fan doing an excellent job using that Soulburn port to get away from those wings. And meanwhile, Nesper is still on the back of Silver Kitty, who has to get that bop from Clump. Gnar getting chunked down by 80s fan. I think that was actually the Spirit Link that came out from Silver Kitty that was immediately killed. No, that wasn't the Spirit Link, sorry, pardon me. But 80s fan just causing so much pressure, has that Demon Soul up. This is his second Demon Soul. Pink Ranger's caught into that Hodge and the Smoke Bomb from Nesper, causing Gnar to use Trinket deterrence.
Yeah, he's still at 30%. Silver Kitty's still getting cheap shot at 15% HP now. He's trying to feign death, trying to get away from here. 80s fan does get locked on the UA. It's going to slow his damage down, but Silver Kitty has to get some casts off with this Ascendance or he won't be able to top his team off. He's going for the healing surges. He's getting them off. He gets corroded on the next one. Gar is still dipping low here. 80s fan seems to be the target here, but Pink Ranger still has his Trinket and his Iron Bark, and now the full kidney coming onto Silver Kitty. He's choosing to Trinket out of it, trying to get the Riptides rolling on his whole team. A nice Wyvern on a Pink Rangers. He's got to make sure he lands more CC. The Hodge out. 80s fan gets locked out here. He's going to triple Howl of Terror, though. Silver Kitty's trying to play catch-up. The Murder of Crows comes out onto 80s fan. He gets locked on Haunt once again. Garrod coming out for damage at this point on Gar here. He's going for the Barrage as he's pushing in for maybe the half-yard trap. But now he's in Africa, a distance from Silver Kitty right now, and he's caught to the full kidney with no Trinket. Nesper trying to finish the game here, and he should be able to.
Pink Ranger's pushing in for that bash clone on the Silver Kitty. He has no trinket available for that. The deterrence is going to fade from Gar, and he's just going to go down. They're able to capitalize on the overextension of that Hunter, and Pink Ranger just push in to finalize it with some CC on Silver Kitty.
There it is, 2-0 coming out from Magic Men, but the BBs aren't out of the water just yet. I mean, they still have the losers bracket to fall back on, but I don't know. Here we go. That's going to be a quick 2-0 for this RLD. This RLD definitely seemed to have the composition advantage against this Ret Hunter team, but I mean, in a tournament format like this, it's going to be kind of hard to use just one composition to get through. You're going to get countered at least one time, right? But there it is. So who do we have up next? Is that by chance ready?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. All right. Let's take a quick look at who's up next. Ooh, we have Get a Grip, Get a Life, which is Krill Elite Rosita Jones going up against With My Woes, Hood, Raise Cold, and YNG. Now, With My Woes, let's take a quick look at what composition.
Is that a mirror or is it a Resto Druid?
I think it's a Resto Druid. With My Woes, God Comp, it is a Restoration Druid. Oh, but he does have a Holy Paladin available to him. Would Holy Paladin Mirror be better than...
YNG plays a Pally more. I've seen him only playing Pally. I've never seen him play a Druid.
Oh.
Yeah, so it might end up being a mirror. If he can play the Resto Druid on paper, the Druid version is supposed to beat the Paladin version, I've heard. But, I mean, if he's not a super good Druid, it's probably not going to work against a team like Rosita, Elite, and Krill. But
yeah, that's quite a mirror to mirror up against. But I don't know. Who knows? It might be better off. So you seem to know more about this this Holy Paladin than I do, Supa. Do you think he's probably going to be playing Paladin, not Druid?
I would assume he's going to play Paladin. Maybe he plays Druid because he wants to try and get a comp advantage, but I've never seen him play one, so I don't know how well that'll go. It's nice, though, to see like new people. Like I'm not sure who Hood and Raised Cold are, but it's nice to see people like applying, getting the rating on the ladder, and then seeing how they can perform under the pressure when there's, you know, maybe some real life money on the line, some credibility as well when you're being watched by tons of people. So I appreciate these people coming out, and even like the last team putting up the fight, we get to see like how all the comps function at like every different rating, because like a Ret Hunter Rest of Shaman at 2500 functions so much differently than a Ret Hunter Rest of Shaman at 3k. And it's kind of interesting to see how the two play differently, and it's nice to see when teams can improve and come back. So I hope that all the players that are playing today like keep working on it, keep wanting to play, keep progressing.
Yeah, I love the fact that we have some new blood in the tournament scene. But yeah, Get a Grip, Get a Life is definitely a hard team to jump into the tournament scene to go up against first. They did win the entire tournament last time, and they're an extremely good team. But that being said, that I like surprises. Maybe they'll surprise us. So just wait on confirmation from team With My Woes to queue up here. Not sure if they're ready yet. We're just going to go ahead and put the timer clock on. So we're going to give them that 10-minute delay time starting right now. So at 9:28 my time, which would be Eastern, we will have to DQ With My Woes. But I'm sure that they're going to be back and ready in time before that occurs. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to make predictions over a matchup like this, potentially a mirror, but I don't know. I guess I'll take this opportunity to shout out some of the people that resubscribed and subscribed to the channel. Shout out to my good buddy Halinka. Thank you so much, man, and welcome back. Thank you for that 2-month in a row subscription. Really appreciate that, man. And we also did get a couple new subscribers. Bubble Raps LOLQQ has also subscribed. Thank you, man, and welcome to the team. I really do appreciate that, guys. We did also receive a donation as well. All donations that we receive go directly to future tournament prize pools. Though right now we are very reliant on these donations to the tournament prize pools, but eventually we want to grow our subscriber base. We want to grow our ad revenue and stuff like that to be able to self-sustain ourselves, to host these every single week for you with just viewership. That's the idea, right? Not just relying on the donations. But the donations help us continue to keep the dream alive, so I'm really, really appreciative for all the support that you guys have been giving us. And I do also appreciate the few of you that do turn off ad block. It helps us quite a bit.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. Yeah. So let's take
Oh, hell yeah.
who else? So today, guys, we are going to be doing round 1, losers round 1, and round 2. Those are all the games that are going to be today. And then tomorrow, we're going to have losers round 2 all the way to the finals. So that's happening tomorrow, guys. But today, round 1, losers round 1, and round 2 will be done today. So.
And all the series are going to be a best of 3, right?
Yeah, every series today is a best of 3.
Cool.
Yep, yep, yep. You are correct, sir. So, trying to show you guys. There we go. So, we have golf clap. Oh, your public speaking is increased by the power of 100. Thanks, Taz. I do think I think my public speaking has gotten better as well.
But I don't see God comp mirrors happen very often, and I mean we've seen like a couple in the past, but as far as like strategy, I feel like with my woes, if they don't have a lot of experience with it, it's gonna be a hard match for them. Like Krill and Elite have probably played against it a lot and know like what target is the best. I know the last time we saw a God comp mirror, I think they were with Rusted Druids and the Shadow Priest were the main target. And you could just tell which Shadow Priest could deal with pressure better than the other one, and that's usually what it just came down to.
Wow. I'm not sure what just happened, but my subscriber list just updated and we got 1 million new subs. So thank you guys so much for those new subscriptions. I will read your names off pretty soon, but I think the teams might be ready here. So in which case I'm going to interrupt myself to jump into the games, because the arena games are the priority here at GCD.
You get to watch people go around the corner.
Oh man, how long?
There's gonna be a lot of that in this matchup. There's gonna be a lot of around the corner.
It is. It is. I feel like the Holy Paladin that pushes up is gonna be in a bad spot. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I don't know. I'm not really.
It's a test of patience. I think if there's one opportunity that the one team has to beat Elite, is that they can take advantage of over-aggression.
You think Elite
perhaps, but I think it's going to be well-timed aggression when they have like the cross you see on the Paladin. Like, I think what they're going to be looking to do is hodge the Shadow Priest at the same time. They like silence the mage and going for a deep sheep, something like that. Everyone's going to be CC'd. No one's going to play their character when Elite pushes in for hodge. So,
yeah,
at least that's how I think the matchup will play out.
Yeah. Something to note about Elite's team is that these guys have been playing together for a while, like this entire season almost, and their cross CC is on the button. I mean, I don't know. Well, when we were seeing them play in our last tournament, you'd see like the Horrify and the Hodge come out almost at the same time every time, and when done correctly, it's such an efficient setup that they get defensive cooldowns every time, or they're forcing the team defensively, and I don't know. It's stuff like that that really does separate teams from like from being really good to being the best. Is like that team synergy. Like you can be amazing at your own class and everything, but it's that team synergy that really impresses me.
Yeah, and in a mirror, that's where it really even shines more so. Like generally speaking, I think when you're playing a comp like God Comp or RMD, if you have synergy and you're fighting like against a cleave, you don't really need to be as synergized. But if you're fighting like setup comp versus setup comp, you have to be 100% on it. You need to be communicating with each other what's going to be used on who, where, When are we going now? Like, what do they have? Can we push through it? And you really have to be decisive and quick when you've got two setup-based comps like this going against each other.
Yeah. It looks like one player is actually not available at the moment for this team. They are brand new. This team, they're not used to being here and being tentative, you know. But it's a big part about competing in these tournaments is to make sure you're there, right?
Yeah, everyone knows when the tournament's gonna start. Yeah.
It is. It's cool. We've kind of created like our own little corner of Twitch. Keeping like the tournaments on time every single week. You guys can assume when we're gonna go live. Every single week we do host these tournaments here at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for the U.S. tournaments, and then also we host EU tournaments now every week at Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Central European time. So I know that this is very inconvenient for some of you Europeans who are watching. I really do appreciate you guys coming out here and hanging out with us. But we do have a tournament that's a better time for you as well. Yeah. So I guess I'll take this opportunity real quick to just shout out some new subscribers. We did get that Bubble Wraps, LOLQQ. Beanslayer X, welcome back, buddy. Thank you for that subscription, buddy.
BSX.
BSX. We have Break 'em Up has subscribed. Thank you so much, Break 'em Up. Fuse Light and Jeremo5. Thank you guys and welcome to the team. I really do appreciate your subscription. It's a big deal, it really is. We also did get a donation. We got a $10 donation from Break 'em Up, the same person who subbed to us. He said, "Great job, keep it up." Thank you so much, Break 'em Up. I really appreciate that, dude. Your donation's going directly towards future tournament prize pools so we can keep this thing going. Alright, alright. Alright guys, we'll be right back. I'm going to try to get these teams ready and good to go. And hopefully by the time that we're back, the teams will be ready. I'm just going to play a quick promo video. Be right back. Y'all ready for this?
His team is just rotting though. Maldiva doing so much damage to everyone.
Is he a live load or is he not? Vanish cheap shot, can he counter kill? The back comes out, he's gonna die! Kid on the Nesper now, half HP Nesper pulls it out.
And he just flops! Are you kidding me? Dude, this Red Paladin team is here to play. Welcome to EU, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we are back. Still waiting on these teams. We have 2 minutes of delay time left for team with my woes, unfortunately. If they don't get back to me within 2 minutes, unfortunately, it will be a loss for them and they will go to the losers bracket. They'll have another opportunity in the losers bracket to try to get someone ready to get going for these teams, but yeah, hopefully they'll have someone by then. I love that intro of Bajira, man. Bajira had such good
it's like
energy.
a perfect. Yeah. I'd like to see him in another one. Has he signed up for any of them? I think he was in one of the qualifiers, right?
He did, yeah. He was in the qualifier last week, and he actually got taken out by a very peculiar team, Windwalker Monk Shadow Priest team, but that was definitely, it caught me by surprise, so I'm sure his team was caught by surprise as well. But yeah, every single time he comes in and competes, he always does a pretty good job. Unfortunately, he did get caught out by them, but that Windwalker Monk Shadow Priest team actually nearly took the qualified spot. So
yeah, I remember that actually. That Windwalker, he's one of the few Windwalkers that actually plays. It was Trill, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he plays. He's only Windwalker that doesn't play Windwalker DK Paladin. Plays other stuff. I call blasphemy, but yeah, he makes it work.
He makes it work.
Yeah. Damn hipster Windwalker.
I feel like every Windwalker has their own playstyle, which is incredible to me. Like, as a Rep Paladin, I look at like the other Rep Paladins that compete in the ladder, and we all kind of have a similar playstyle. I mean, the most successful playstyle, and like it can be almost cookie cutter at times. But Windwalkers, they seem like they bring something different to the table, and I just love it. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's one of the, I don't know, I think it's one of the more interesting classes where you can play like the same comp but completely change the way you play it and like have it work in completely different ways for different reasons. It's kind of interesting. why I like the class so much.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. It is very tempting to look at it. I have a 98 Windwalker Monkey, and it's just so fun. Just the level is fun.
Knowing you leveling, you just kill people while you're leveling and don't ever finish.
I don't actually quest or anything. I just go and log in and find out, and like I'll quest, but as soon as I see another faction, man, I don't know, something just happens to me. I just have to go and chase them down over and over and over again, and it usually ends up with me just getting camped.
Should point out Dmachine lost on his warrior to an arcane mage and a
You know what? It was an arcane mage and an elemental shaman, first and foremost. Alright.
Oh, that's a little different.
Yeah. It was a 2v1 situation, okay? I got a sweet match.
Can we confirm this? Can we confirm this, Super T's, or is this an exaggeration a little bit?
I'll let him go with his story.
Alright, here, I'll tell you my story. Hold on, I gotta get these teams ready. Alright, the teams are good to go. I'm just waiting for Hannah's thumbs up, and then we'll jump into this. But, okay, so the story went like this. I was questing on my 92 warrior, and there was an elemental shaman questing minding his own business.
You were 95, you're already lying!
I'm not 90... Wait, no. I was 93 at the time.
You're 95.
And was I really 95?
Yeah, it was in Talador.
Oh, I'm mixing up Hannah's warrior and my warrior. Okay.
Yeah, likely story, buddy.
It's
all right.
true!
You've already lost all credibility here, Dmachine.
Oh, man, it's just over.
No, you can keep going. We want to hear.
Can we... Okay, so Elite's actually saying, can we skip our series and wait for the team to come back? Unfortunately, I would normally do that, but we've already gave them their 10-minute of delay time, so we're going to give them the loss. But we are going to do round 2 as well, Elite. So if you're here, we are going to be playing your match. Your second series of the night will be played tonight. So you still will play tonight. But I'm sorry about that, man. Nothing I could really do about that. Okay, but my story. So I'm a warrior. The level is foggy. Okay. And I'm questing, and I see an elemental shaman, and he's minding his own business. He even walked by me, he waved at me, he was very polite and everything, but I wanted to kill him. So I charged him, and I started attacking him, and then out of nowhere, apparently he had a buddy who was an arcane mage, and he was just unleashing on me. So I switched over to the mage, thinking that, hey, maybe I could just like global this mage real quick. So I swap over to the mage, and I get a sweet spell reflect on the hex, and then I swap over to defensive stances. I'm starting to get a little bit low here, and I got all these like things attacking me and everything. So I'm like, oh, I'll go in defensive stance. I swap over to defensive stance. Nothing is bound at defensive stance. And I just died. That's the story.
Whoa.
Such a good story,
right? I was level 99 on my 3rd druid, and there was this ret paladin, and I was killing him, and he was like 5% health, and it was the first time anyone ever typed /plead, like the emote /plead, and I let him live. I gave him mercy.
Wow.
No, that's when you kill him extra. No, you kill him extra when I do.
Yeah, when you plead, you just like
you can't.
That's when you Alt Z, and then you zoom in, you start your fraps, and then you just like you end him.
I think I've typed /plead before. Like you're just getting ganked over and over as a lobby sucks. You're just trying to level and just...
It does suck. So we're going to jump into this next series, guys. Unfortunately, that mirror isn't going to happen. They're going to get knocked down to the loser's bracket as they did use up their full 10 minutes of that delay time. And we're going to jump right into the next series, which I'm not sure is up next. Good to go?
No.
It is not good to go. Okay. I'll take a look at the bracket then. Up next, we have We Carry Unafraid versus Burrito Boys, which is an RMD versus an RMP? Hello?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this actually will be an interesting matchup, I think.
Yeah, I feel like the priest actually... I don't know. Is the priest more offensive?
Well, the priest has offensive dispel, so when they do land the CC on the druid, he can dispel all the hots, so he has no like residual healing. Not only that, but yeah, like Super C just said, they have mass dispel, so they can... It's not just force ice block and then go on something else and wait, you know, the 10 seconds or however long. You can actually just kill them in one CC chain. So the Druid's Trinket's going to be super valuable here because if he gets caught in a long CC chain, they can just MD the block and kill the mage.
Yeah. I'm excited to see. It might be priest time, man. Sorry for the typing. I'm sure it's extremely loud.
It's not too bad, dude.
I like listening to you type.
Do you, Super?
It's
Super, I'm excited to watch you compete again. Every single time that you compete, I'm so excited to watch you. And then like you come back into the call, and like if you like mess up or die or whatever, like you tell us why. It's fun.
When you lose,
Hey guys, I'm back. I suck. Sorry.
All right,
lose, get back in the call, and it's just the most exciting thing ever. Nah. I'm sorry, Dmachine.
It's okay. I agree with everything you said. All right, they're ready. This is another best of 3, guys. Here we go.
Spam RMP if you want RMP to win. Spam RMD if you want RMD to win. Let's see. Let's see if the chat thinks RMD is as evil as...
Okay.
Let's see.
Priest of the heroes.
Yeah, the priests are the heroes in this game, I think, right now.
Yeah.
We gotta let them
Everyone likes
decide
an
now.
underdog.
An underdog.
Dude, underdogs always get the hype, man. Only one war game request is going out. I'm sad right now.
Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants RMP to win. It's like a that comp, you know. It's just been around forever.
Yeah, old school RMP.
LSD's been around forever.
Is it?
This
For the most part, I think, yeah.
Really?
LSD.
Yeah, I think for a long
Is
time, at
LSD
least.
like in
Since
Wrath
Wrath, at
and stuff?
least.
Really?
Yeah,
He
since
was
Wrath.
even-
Yeah, it won BlizzCon in Wrath.
Oh yeah. Duh. Hmm.
Yeah, it's
What comp is
strong.
older than RMP? I think RMP might be the oldest.
Yeah, I think it's the oldest. I think the with the
WLD.
original tourney comp that was played and won back in like the Nocturne days was Warrior, Mage, Paladin.
Oh my gosh, isn't it? Have you watched those games since?
Yeah, they kind of grossed me out, but
Oh yeah, with the UI that was used too. I think. I know
yeah,
what you're
it's
talking about.
insane to see how far this game has come. I remember the first tournament I went to in 2008. Like, if I went back, I wouldn't be able to play. Like, no nameplates, like no focus frame, no
Yeah.
anything. You just can't even see the game while you're playing.
You don't even know what's
Just
happening.
no information.
It's like playing with Alt Z.
No, that's really how it feels. I swear, it actually is playing with Alt Z.
It's crazy.
Hard mode arena.
So both of the teams are ready. Oh, double war game request. This might be it. Here we go. Oh yeah.
Intro hype?
No intro hype.
What?
Dude,
What?
I pressed it too many times already, man. They've seen the intro. They
The grand intro is never seen enough.
You know, I should actually get multiple intros for the maps, like different type. I don't know. How many intros can you make for one map? I mean, there's 4 poles.
Oh, knowing you, you can make quite a few.
Yeah,
I
probably
believe in
could.
you.
I probably
I
could.
believe in you.
I'll hype it up, man. Here we go. We have We Carry Unafraid versus the Burrito Boy Special. Burrito Boy, Zeevo, and Solus going up against Feroh, Driftkings, and Tazaloel. Wait, is Feroh instead of Unafraid? Hello? That's weird. All right.
Maybe. Wait, what?
If that actually, he can't actually be Feroh's because Feroh's is competing on a different team, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's investigate.
Let's investigate here. Actually, we're gonna play out this one game, and then we'll determine whether or not this game is valid or not after we figure out what happens to
After they win, we'll
After
tell them
they
if
win.
they lose.
After they win, we'll let 'em know that-
Waterfalls. He's on a TSG.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
is that actually Feroh's the row? I think
Yeah, it might not be.
I think it might be Unafraid on a different name.
We'll see how it goes. Both teams starting itself. The Priest is going to get knocked out sooner. Drifting's deciding to just pet Nova him out, get that initial fingers of frost. Both rogues still sitting. Feroh's deciding to open up right away onto Zeevo, trying to get some initial pressure out on him. Driftking's getting opened up too by Burrito Boy. Huge damage coming out on Driftkings immediately. Taz into that deep full ring of frost, and this could be Driftking's first block. They got to be careful. It can just get MD. There's the MD immediately onto Driftking's block. And Taz still not out of the woods. The full fear comes out on him. He tried to immediately trinket that, but this could be just too late. The Ironbark is on a Driftkings. He's going to get a huge NS, but that's the power of that MD.
Yeah, and they got through Taz's trinket. They got through all of his cooldowns, so they're dropping the smoke bomb now, trying to get more pressure. Another poly into Solace. Burrito getting it turned around onto him. He does pre-Cloak of Shadows before he gets stunned, and he does throw a blind onto Unafraid there. The poly landed onto Taz full. Drifting's got to be wary here. He locks the Frost Tree out on Zeevo, spamming poly desperately on him as well, trying to give Taz time to come out of CC. Now he's going for a Cyclone onto Zeevo. Garrote onto Solace, probably just for crowd control at this point. Zeevo's still cloned up. Taz gets full feared though. Garrote onto Drifting's. Ice Novas are coming in. Burrito Boy is trying to go offensive. He's caught up to Driftings in the back here. And he does put the full kidney on him. He has no blink. Killing Spree comes out. The second block is already going to get forced. He gets MD'd instantly. 19% HP remaining. He's desperately spamming polys. Offensive Penance comes in. Gonna finish the job. And RMP, Burrito Boy Special. Burrito Boy Special.
Is that like Southern for burrito? Burrito?
It's gonna take it. No, it's not. It's just... It's not. It's burrito. I can't stop saying it.
There we go. The very first round's gonna go to Burrito Boy Special. We're gonna check that flag on the play to make
You
sure.
just said it!
Did I really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Did I really? Ben, can you confirm?
What did you say?
Burrito or burrito? Which one did I say?
I thought you said burrito.
Yeah,
but
see? Actually, I could have.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
But here we go. So we're gonna check to make sure that is not Feroh's, because you can only compete on one team at a time. Though Feroh's, I believe, was in a TSG. He wasn't a rogue, if I'm not mistaken. But we're gonna check anyway. All right. I'll show you guys that scoreboard right quick. The time in CC. I know that's very useful. Taz 28 seconds, Feroh 25, and Drift Kings 14. There it is.
There it is.
Burrito. Sounds like it could be like a girl's name.
Someone on my real ID is telling me that it is Feroh.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, that's not direct source, but he's saying he has him on real ID and that it's Feroh.
Interesting. Yeah, he is signed up as a combat rogue on Chasing Waterfalls as well as a warrior.
Wow, is he? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and let them know that they are breaking the rules, and so that is unfortunately going to be a loss for them.
That was a very one-sided game. I'm not sure they would have won even if that series played out. They just able to get such a strong opener with the priest dispels on the mage, and they just open up on him with all their cooldowns. We're able to just get the deep full ring of frost on the druid, MD his block, and they just force really everything right away.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of... This is a rough one, man. Dealing with a lot of problems with the players this time around.
Yeah.
Hopefully, not too many more.
Yeah, so just a clarification, guys, to any of the other people that might be competing in the tournaments, that if you sign up for your team and you go and your team is announced on a team list in the bracket and stuff like that, you're going to be, regardless of whether or not you guys can make it that weekend, you still are going to be locked into that team, and you can't compete on that team and another team, regardless of whether or not someone can't make it for your team or whatever. You can't just go team hopping. We got to keep it strict, you know what I mean? We want players to sign up with the team and compete with the team that they signed up with. We do allow that sub-in option because stuff does happen. We understand, but we don't want players just going around team hopping like crazy. We want players to kind of form their team and stick with it. So
Or at least let you know ahead of time.
yeah, or at least let me know ahead of time. Yeah, if you do give me a little bit of warning before tournament day, we usually can work something out. So this team is being very understanding. They're Taz always a stand-up guy, but I don't know if they have another rogue to compete with though. That might be an issue.
Yeah, let's sub-in C2.
Ooh.
Allies.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ask him.
No way.
No way. I doubt we're gonna see that.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see CD on road.
Ask him. Do it now.
Me? I'm not gonna ask him.
Come
I
on,
don't think he's
Dmachine. Are
online.
you scared of CD?
I'm scared of the dude, man. Wow. We might be hopping into the next game, guys, unless these guys find a rogue here pretty soon. And then up next, we do have Chasing Waterfalls, but that's the same team that Feroh is competing on, and if I'm not mistaken, they can't compete. So, Super, you're going to round 2, buddy. I think.
Oh my god.
I think. So, we carry Unafraid. Might not be competing anymore in round 1. Can they bring it back in losers round 2 and find a team? I'm not sure. They might just be out of the tournament. But Chasing Waterfalls and Hey, it's Tony from the Bronx, I do believe Chasing Waterfalls isn't going to be capable of competing as well. Oh, just kidding. Chasing Waterfalls is now looking for a druid. My goodness, this night is weird. Alright guys, so I guess I'll just take this opportunity to go and talk to you guys about the rules. So, let me read them off for you guys real quick here. Some quick reminders. So, let's bring up the rules real quick. So, sub-ins and composition changes. Now, every team is able to have 4 players in their team, and also 6 classes can be used by these players. So lots and lots of different multiple comps that you could do with 6 classes. We only allow 1 tank and healer spec per composition. So say you might have a Holy Paladin and Priest, but you can only use 1 of them per team composition. Pre-announcement Simons of any class and spec are allowed before the team lists and brackets are released. But after the brackets have been released and the team lists have been released, which is every Wednesday, sub-ins must share the same spec and class of the replaced player. So you can't just go and change your comp up and change like your team up completely when teams have already like pre in advance knew what they were facing and may even have prepared to face you. We want to make sure that teams are capable of preparing themselves if at all possible. If a team subs in a player, they take that permanent spot of the team. So if you take a, say a good example would be Lyrics and Losa from Super Tease's team on his Turbo. I believe Lyrics actually couldn't come, so Losa came in for Lyrics, and then Losa then had to compete as their warrior for the entirety of the rest of the tournament. As soon as like Lyrics comes back, you can't just swap in and out. Unless they both sign up. If they both sign up on the team, then you could definitely swap them in and out. Preemptively, so before Wednesday, right, or Wednesday. Players can only compete on 1 team at a time per tournament. So that's a good example with Feroh. If a team is caught competing with players, specs, and classes that weren't originally registered to the team, they might be disqualified. That's definitely an option. Each team is allowed only 1 player sub-in. So that's going to be all of the sub-in and composition changes that we have ruling, and both teams are ready, so we're going to jump right into it.
Wait, my team is ready that I'm still in here?
No. Your team is not.
Wait, what?
No, we're doing Taz again with Unafraid. I believe Unafraid, a different rogue. Oh, and your team actually is going to be competing as well right after this, though, by the way. Interesting. They did end up finding a Restoration Druid.
Perfect.
Perfect. We have some games, boys.
Some games.
Get in the games. I'm asking Taz what map he wants next, as he did lose that first round.
Stop confusing me, man. This is already hard.
I have bad sound quality. I apologize. I'm sorry, guys. I am going to be investing, hopefully, in a new microphone here.
It sounds like you're talking to us on your good one.
Oh, really?
I mean,
no.
Yes.
It says I'm on the bad one. I don't know. But at the same time, it says that my microphone's not. Dude, Skype is being really weird for me. Here, I'm going to check what microphone I have set up on here. No, I have my good one set up on OBS. I don't know. So the next map chosen by Taz is going to be on Tolvaron Arena. Here we go, guys. Let's jump right into it. Intro hype. Here we go. Alright everybody, welcome to Tolvaron Arena. We have Burrito Boy Special going up against We Carry Unafraid. Wait, Shifty? So this potentially might be Shifty on his Rogue. Here we go. Can they bring it back 2-0? Take out Burrito Boy Special? I'm not sure, man. I mean, this team probably doesn't have the best synergy.
Yeah, you gotta believe. Gotta believe in the power of teamwork and friendship.
They
They
do
could
have
maybe make
Spectral
something
Tigers.
happen.
They do have the same
Whoa,
mount.
Spectral Tigers.
Wow.
Wow.
Their synergy
both-
probably so good.
They both have the basic Spectral Tigers.
Those ones are way
Unfortunately.
better, man.
We'll agree to disagree.
Okay.
I want a Spectral Tiger, whether it's
So,
cheap one or the expensive one.
So I think in theory the RMD should have a little bit of an advantage. They should be able to get a sap onto Solace if they play it right, because Taz does have that permanent invisibility with stealth. And Solace obviously does not, but it's going to be hard pushing in with those Mind Seers and having sort of Zeevo as well as a Burrito Boy scouting around for him. It's high risk. They could easily get pulled out.
Yeah, and Solis had really good offensive play on the drifting, so I'm going to imagine he's not going to be as aggressive as he was. He might hold back. Taz needs to get pre-hots. Spectral Guys comes in, the Pet Nova pulls driftings out, and they're not going to get that sap that they needed to. As you were saying, they're just going to open up onto Shifties with a cheap shot here. Solis in the back line, building up, just spamming the penances, keeping his team topped, playing very far back for now. Evasion was used by Shifty, though, swapping to driftings. He gets locked on the poly. He's going to have to trinket that kidney as a result. A deep freeze on the Taz. The Ring of Frost, unfortunately, didn't go down. They're going to have to use the blind instead. A blind onto Solace as well, trying to get the pressure out from both sides. Icy Veins comes out, but driftings is feeling the heat. 30% HP. It might be his first block early on here. Deep freeze on the Solace. They're going on to Burrito Boy, though, at 30% HP, trying to take him down in a swap. 12% HP remaining. Solace desperately spamming out Saving Grace over and over to try and heal Burrito Boy here, and he does get the pain suppression. Clone into Zeevo. He's just going to trinket that to go for some polymorphs, try and keep Burrito Boy alive here, and he's going to be able to sustain himself.
Yeah, that was a nice shadow step kick coming out of Shifties, but that was Solace's trinket. Taz still has his trinket, so this RMD in a much better position to this part. Drift King is taking a lot of damage, though. The smoke bomb coming out from Shifties there. Zeevo also taking a little bit of damage. Taz still has his trinket ready to go. Drift King's having 1 block, Zeevo having 2 blocks. But Solace now is pushing in for the fear, and Taz is able to displace away. So Solace not getting that fear there. Now caught into the Frost Jaw. Going to use that Stone Form. So no Stone Form and no Trinket available for Solace.
Yeah, Taz still has his trinket and his Heart of the Wild and his Iron Bark, so he's got a lot more cooldowns they didn't have last time. Full Kidney onto Burrito Boy, trying to pressure him here. Deep Freeze onto Solace. They have Cross CC going. They have to land this full poly, though. They land the full poly, no trinket available. They need the damage now onto Burrito Boy at 50% HP. Shifty's trying to catch up to him. He does Shadow Step back to him. Another poly onto Solace. He could go down here. 20% HP remaining. Comet Storm comes in. Power Word Shield comes up. Buying a little bit more time for Solace here to spam the Saving Grace. He throws the Silence onto Driftings to stop the polymorphs from coming in. Solace looks like he's pushing out with the Feather. He wants to try and get a fear here potentially. He does get Frost Jawed, though, caught in the center of the map. A clone onto Burrito Boy, swapping over to Zeevo now. It does get dispelled. He's dipping to about half HP, but he should be all right. Solace not in any crowd control. Driftings and Taz doing a much better time or job this time around.
Yeah, this RMD really showing the control that they have, but Taz is now caught into the full sheep. They're not able to really get too much going on. Drift Kings is caught into that full Garrode Kidney right now. Burrito Boy does have that adrenaline rush up. Shifty's going to gouge him on that and put him into the full kidney shot. Still going to have Feint up for a little bit. Drift King's taking a lot of damage. Burrito Boy getting pressured, though. Solace into the full polymorph. He has Trinket available in 5 seconds, but can Burrito Boy live? That is the Cloak of Shadows coming out from him. Drift King's under a lot of pressure, but it has the Iron Bark from Taz right now. That is the combat, the red buff killing spree coming out onto Burrito Boy, and he could go down into the DR kidney shot. Solace using his Trinket there, trying to do everything he can to keep Burrito Boy alive. Drift King's also under a lot of pressure, just spamming out those polymorphs onto Zeevo, trying to shut down their CC and sort of stabilize his team.
Yeah, but the full polymorph, no trinket, evasion fading in 3 seconds. Shifties uses advantage here to try and go offensive. They need more CC, though. They lock the polymorph out. Now the kidney onto Shifty. They're changing it onto him. As Taz goes into the full poly with no trinket, Shifty pops the evasion. He should be able to tank out Burrito Boy here for a little bit longer. He's trying to stack on Taz so they can't use the Ice Nova. Now the kidney shot onto Burrito Boy. He's just going to go down. He gets life gripped on the root. Solace not going to be able to save him. He does get the vanish, though, off of the stun. Full poly onto Solace. I believe he Shadow Word Death. broke there. He's only going to go into a half poly now, and the RMP has stabilized. 1 block remaining, but no evasions left for Burrito Boy. Drifting still with 1 block, and another one coming up here shortly. He's going to blink out of the kidney shot, start running away. Taz gets deeped on the Cyclone. Zeevo going for the clone, or the poly. He's not going to be able to get it. He gets corroded, and I believe locked down on it as well. But the full fear going to land from Solace onto Taz. Drifting is getting pressured here in the center of the map.
Yeah, Taz able to just sit that fear. Well, he didn't really have a choice, and now out of the fury, he throws the Iron Bark onto Drift Kings to sort of prevent as much damage as possible. With Zeevo getting pressured, caught into that full kidney shot. That is a smoke bomb as well. Saul's caught into the full sheep. He has no trinket available. This is going to be Zeevo's block. I mean, it's not going to get MD'd as if it were Drift Kings, but he is out of that block now. He is safe. He is able to stabilize from Solace, but Drift King's doing an excellent job CCing Burrito Boy. Cheap shot onto Solace at the moment to prevent him from pushing in and getting that fear onto Tazzy, so that was well done by Shifties there. But now Zeevo caught into the full kidney shot, still getting pressured down by Shifties, who has that adrenaline rush up. They're trying to make something happen. The DR deep freeze onto Solace. Because of that, they're not going to be able to get him into CC. A little bit of a blunder there, actually wasting that deep freeze while he was on that stun DR, so he can't follow it up with that polymorph. Drift King's the garrote onto him, but both teams have stabilized.
A killing spree coming out onto Zeevo here, but paint suppression was used by Solace to answer. He's going to life grip him further to safety. Zeevo is trying to position here, spamming spell steal over and over to get as many hots as he can off of Driftings here. Taz just positioned very far back though. Poly's onto Burrito Boy. He did use the combat readiness there a bit preemptively, as well as the evasion, so they could potentially swap to him here when those fade. They're going for Zeevo though, the full kidney. He's going to have to trinket out of that, still spamming the spell steals, trying to take whatever healing he can from Taz. The sap out of the poly onto Solace. They need a bit more CC though. Taz doesn't look like he's in a position to get a clone. Instead, going to clone up Burrito Boy and try and push in. Deep freeze now onto Solace. Taz needs to get over here. Another clone coming out onto Burrito Boy. Zeevo does come back here. The power infusion comes out. Drifting's going to want to spell steal that as soon as he can. He blinks in to maybe potentially try and get it. Spamming Polymorphs out. He's going to get silenced on it. Pet Nova coming out. Solace spamming the purge. He's got the shields running right now. Burrito Boy into a poly. No dispel available, I don't believe. He goes for the mass dispel instead on it. Full deep freeze onto Taz. The Ring of Frost is going to land. They're trying to get the pressure onto Driftings. Shifty's pre-evasion the swap here. They have to go for Driftings, but they're actually going to just give it up. Going to Shifty's cheap shot, kidney shot. He's just going to go down here. Taz with the NS and the Iron Bark and his trinket, as well as Shifty with his trinket and his vanish. Escaping death at 20%, trying to turn it around with a killing spree there, but not accomplishing too much, and he's still kind of in danger.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He has nothing left. Taz has no trinket. Shifty has no trinket as well. So if they could get another swap going on to him, it could be very, very dangerous for Shifties there. But it looks like they are going to keep targeting down Zeevo as well as Drift Kings. Both mages under a lot of pressure right now. He's getting tunneled down by those rogues. Drift King's actually able to get Burrito Boys in those sheeps over and over. Taz getting deep freezed on that Cyclone. Trying to go for the polymorph by Zeevo, but it does get interrupted there by Shifties. Well done by him. The Cloak of Shadows coming out from Shifties so he can reconnect onto Zeevo. But Shifties could still be in a lot of trouble if he gets pulled out of position. He still has no trinket available for a little while, so if they can make something happen, could be very scary for him.
Yeah, they got to make sure that the kidney shot doesn't get dodged. He's getting spam polyed right now. Solace is going to trinket that poly to top off Zeevo here, but he's still getting pressured, now garroted. Powered shield just got cut through pretty quickly. Solace with the life grip onto Zeevo, trying to pull him away. He's going to blink in now, go for the deep freeze and the Ring of Frost. He does get interrupted, and instead they're just going to use the full fear. Maybe try and set up onto Shifties out of that fear. Looks like Burrito Boy's going for the kill. The kidney shot comes out from here. Killing spree as well as double Ice Nova. Taz is trying to spam out the heals. He gets half blinded. He did get the Nature Swiftness off before it, though, saving Shifty there in a dire moment that could have been his life.
Yeah, he's able to get the feint up, and like you said, Taz threw him a huge heal, so that swap a little bit ineffective there by this RMP. Shifty actually has his trinket up in 23 seconds as well as Taz, so those are huge cooldowns that are coming up for them that are going to help them survive. Drift King still has one block available to him. Zeevo has one block, but Solace doesn't have his trinket up for another minute. He does have that PI up right now, trying to increase his healing a little bit, able to top off his team, and he's pushing in for the fear right now. Let's see if they can stop him. He does get pushed in. He's on top of Taz, so if Zeevo doesn't land this polymorph out of the deep freeze, he is just going to put him into a full fear. And now Burrito Boy under a lot of pressure, taking a lot of damage. I mean, paint's up coming out from Solace there, but he is able to survive for now. Feint is going to fade, though. He could just get exploded if Drift Kings has any Ice Novas ready for him. Evasion is up, the Feint's out, but he's in a lot of trouble. Down to 6% HP, 1% HP, and the Comet Storm comes down and finishes him off. And Solace sort of fell behind there when he was pushing in, waiting for that fear.
Wow, that was a great game, man. Wow, they're going to tie that up 1-1 in this best-of-3 series. And this sub-in, man, it's working out for these guys. Can they do it again, though? It's going to be on not a map of their choice, but a map of Burrito Boy Special choice. But is a map choice even going to matter in a mirror match? Or not even a mirror match, but RMP versus RMD? I don't know.
I think that the reason they chose the big map is because it's easier for the Druid to escape the pre-spheres. It's harder for the Feast to push up and land fears out of polymorphs.
There was a cute point early on in the game, I think, where Solus finally wanted to make a move for a fear, so he Spectral Guises with the Feather, and Taz just Shadow Melded and went into stealth, and just was running around in stealth and waited for the Spectral Guys to run out, and then Solus was just kind of standing there with his hands up in the air like, okay, well, I don't know where you are, I guess I have to go back to the pillar. So yeah, having that big distance is really key for the rest of the Druid to avoid the fear, and if Solus is able to land them, that's when they can start taking the advantage.
Yeah, I would almost certainly see them picking a map like Dalaran or Ruins of Lordaeron in the next matchup.
Alright. I'm asking them what map they want up next. Let's see here. Where are they going to go?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Oop, they're actually going to go ahead and choose Tiger's Peak. Interesting. Here we go. It is currently 1-1. The next map is going to determine who is going to advance in the winner's bracket and who goes to the losers. Here we go, guys. The last map is going to be Tiger's Peak. I'll see you guys in there. Alright guys, welcome to Tiger's Peak. It's 1-1, RMD versus RMP. Here we go.
Place your bets, everyone. Who's going to take this series? RMP or RMD? You all stated you wanted RMP to win, but can they actually pull it off is the question.
Can they actually pull it off is the question.
Their opener, that second game, wasn't even close to as good as the first game and have nearly as much momentum.
No, it wasn't. Taz's team did a smart move, but here we go. The gates have opened.
And like Van was saying last time, we're really looking for Shifties to get a sap onto Solus. Nobody coming out of stealth just yet. The Master Spell to try and get somebody out, and they are getting really close to each other. Sap onto Zeevo on his invis, so he's not going to get that off. Burrito Boy still trying to find a sap target. He might find Taz here. He's getting pretty close to him. He lands the sap onto Taz. Garrote onto Zeevo, but Burrito Boy's just going to open up onto Taz with a full kidney. He's going to Barskin immediately. They're almost all inning him right now. Zeevo's still getting pressured as well with the poly onto Solus, so he's got to be careful here. The kidney shot now onto Burrito Boy. The half kidney onto Taz, though, could just take his life. He shadow melts, gets the Nature Swiftness off, and now Burrito Boy on the back foot into the kidney at 14%. He gets life grip at 7%, 2% HP remaining. The penance comes off in time. The Cloaker Shadows is up 5%, 2%, 1%. Full clone. Gonna secure the game here in less than 50 seconds. We carry Unafraid taking the series and moving forward.
I thought Taz was donezo, man. What the heck? What were you gonna say, Van?
No, I was just saying that was crazy. They were just able to get the early CC onto Solus right away. Drift King's pushing in, got a deep sheep on him immediately, and they were able to just ride that momentum. And he trinketed it a little bit too late, and they were able to easily get follow-up CC and finish it off. But that was crazy. That's such a quick game.
Hey, press killing spree so early. Crazy. And they almost made it work. They almost killed Taz with it. Unbelievable. And there it is. We Carry Unafraid is going to advance with their sub-in Burrito Boy Special is going to drop down to the loser's bracket. Alright guys, we're going to be right back. We're going to get the next teams going. Up next, we do have up next ready maybe?
Yes.
Oh, Clutter on the ball. Up next, we have Hey, It's Tony from the Bronx versus Chasing Waterfalls. Here we go, guys. Good luck, Supa.
Are we playing?
You're playing. You're up next.
It's all you, buddy.
I believe in a thing called Supa. All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to take a quick commercial break, guys. Please consider turning off ad block. It helps us so much. Thank you, guys. And be right back. Thank you everybody for being patient during that 3-minute commercial break. Here we go. We're going to jump into the next series here. Hey, it's Tony from the Bronx versus Chasing Waterfalls. I do believe it is going to be a TSG with a Restoration Druid versus either a KFC or a Turbo. I have no idea who has the composition advantage here. Zero clue.
Yeah, me neither. I suspect we're going to see some healer training, though, from both teams in this upcoming matchup.
It seemed to work out quite well for the Turbos on EU.
Yeah, the EU Turbos we saw last week, I'm pretty sure almost every game they exclusively targeted the healer against pretty much every comp. They just trained down the healer.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know that I'm excited to see what composition Tony from the Bronx team. I love that Tony from the Bronx team, Tony himself, plays multiple classes at a high-end level. I really do think it gives him an advantage here in these tournaments. But
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Looks like Super Tease is probably going to need to turn off his add-ons or turn on his add-ons or whatever, as they are very different from spectating and playing. So he's just trying to adapt right now, and then we'll just jump right into the game. So I guess I'll take... Oh! I'm not taking any opportunity because there isn't any. Here we go. We're going to jump right into it, guys. The very first map of this best of 3 is going to be on the Grand Arena. We always start off in the Grand Arena first. Don't forget, guys. Here we go. So it looks like Tony's on his Hunter. Ooh, we got some KFC action coming on. Going up against the TSG. They didn't want to cleave it up. I mean, this still is a cleave, but they didn't want to double melee versus double melee with the enhancement against the Warrior DK.
Yeah, and Tony is going to be playing that Beastmaster spec, so he's not going to be playing Survival. Not going to have quite as much CC onto this TSG.
Not as much CC, but I don't know, a lot more physical damage versus magic. But maybe magic damage might not be too bad against a warrior. But I don't know. BM, yeah. I do feel like it is the superior spec in most situations, but
we saw it. I mean, once again, we saw in EU last week. A lot of those hunters do play survival just because they have so much CC, especially if they're doing a strategy like training down the healer. They were just tunneling down Hotgodtko. He would have so much CC with those 12-second traps against Trant and Feroh. We're going to have to see how they play it, though, as the gates are opening. Super T is immediately just going to hide in that stealth. He knows he's probably the target of choice. He's sitting behind himself, pre-hotting himself up. Going to run out now that Tony Jr. is caught into that full asphyxiate by this TSG. Get some hots out onto him. And it looks like this TSG, I mean, they're trying to get some CC onto Hotgodtko right now. Tony trying to get that Wyvern Sting out onto him, casting it over and over. But now the full fear going to come out from Losa onto Hotgodtko. Losa blowing that Avatar and that Recklessness right away and really not able to accomplish too much in this opener.
Yeah, so much cooldowns used on Trant, and he's finally taking a bit of damage now. He's dipping down to 50% here at this point, but Hotgodtko is going to come out. He's going to Nature Swiftness him, and Trent's going to be okay, but that stolen Cyclone going back out onto Super Tease. They're swapping over to him now. That's the Asphyxiate. He's going to use Barkskin, but is it going to be enough? This is Breath and Recklessness coming up for Super Tease. Super Tease walking away now. Got that Nature Swiftness off. He's going to top himself up with it, displacing away at this point, but that was a decent trade for this TSG swapping on onto him. They're going back over onto Losa at this point as Super Tease slips out of their grasp, and it looks like this TSG is going to be looking to make those swaps onto Super Tease. Tony now taking a bit of the damage from this TSG at this point, but they're continuing to go on to Trant, the DK. Now, I feel like DKs passively tank a lot of this damage, so they're not going to be like whittling through any of the defensive cooldowns by any means, but there's the BM Crows going out into Trant, the Wyvern String on the Hotgodtko. Trant still has that Iron Bark up on him, but he is at 50% health here in Blood Presence as well, so he's taking a lot. He has a lot of damage reduction up right now.
Yeah, this is a matchup I've kind of played a lot, and as the TSG, you really don't have any target. You have to go on Super Tease, but it's really hard with how mobile druids are. Being a Death Knight who just has to sit and blood press, has a warrior on your back the entire game. He grips in Super Tease, but if Super Tease lives this, he's just going to displace away and be completely fine, and they really aren't able to accomplish too much besides get his Barskin. He does get feared up, though, and they still have some pressure on the Super Tease, but if he does have Displace up, he could just get away, and once again, Trant is caught in a position where he's just this really immobile DK, trying to get out as much damage as possible, but they're just going to train him down, and the longer the game goes, it's going to be harder and harder for Hotgodtko to keep him up.
Yeah, Trant sitting in that blood presence. If they were going on to Feroh, though, Feroh would be getting a lot of rage in defensive stance. That was the DR Wormstring going on to Hotgodtko. Trant now dipping down to 50%, 30% at this point as well. Tony, though, taking a bit of damage. Ironbark going on to Tony, but that was the BM Crows once again onto Trant. He's dipping lower and lower. Hotgodtko, he's having a lot of problems keeping Trent up. He dips down to 13% health there. That was almost execute, or was execute range, but he didn't get it off. AMS even coming out at this point. Hotgodtko, he's falling further and further behind. Supatees going in there, getting that bash off. The full trap lands. Trent's in a lot of trouble here. Can Losa end it right here? Tony in that Stormbolt. Supatees trinketing offensively, getting that full cyclone off. Rallying Cry coming out, but Trent's still somehow alive through all of these executes. And there's the double shockwave going out to Hotgodtko and Trent. The Nature Swiftness coming out, but he's still dead. 2%, and he goes down. Tony from the Bronx is going to take the very first round of this best of 3 convincingly. All right, there it is. So yeah, this TSG, or this Tony from the Bronx, I feel like made the right decision by going on the KFC instead of the Turbo. I feel. Yeah,
they just have no target. They have to somehow miraculously kill Super T's, and it's hard to, like, the Hunter sacrifice to make it so he takes less damage. And really, the DK can't chase him down. You're just gonna grip Super T's in and get shockwaved. And then as soon as he displaces away, the DK can never reconnect. So they have to kill him in like one grip asphyxiate. And if they don't, they don't really have anything going for them.
That's the advantage, man, of playing playing multiple compositions. You're going to see games like this coming out from Tony from the Bronx, as they have those options to really counter other teams if possible. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and ask Chase and Waterfalls what map they want next. This match was rigged? No, it was not. It was not rigged. Super T is a great healer.
It's rigged how?
Uh-oh. Looks like, oh, and he's back on. It's rigged now. Uh-oh, is that because I said something? I don't know. Maybe TSG could bring it to like Ruins of Lordaeron, just all in Super Ts. Maybe bring this series back 1-to-1. I'm not sure what they're gonna go. I'm asking them which map they want next. Oh, next map he wants is gonna be Ruins of Lordaeron. So I think they don't want Super Ts to be able to squirm as they grip them. Here we go. Wargame request has been sent, and we're going to jump right into this next series, guys. Ruins of Lordaeron.
Perfect.
Oh, we have a composition change.
Ooh. This is the second time we're going to see Feroh's in this tournament. Now he's finally on the right team.
Yeah.
But this is going to be really hard for Super T's to live. This is a nightmare to live against as a druid.
We were just talking about how like having multiple compositions gives you the advantage. This TSG was up against the wall against this KFC, but now they turned it around with this rogue. This is going to be scary in a map like Ruins of Lordaeron for Super T's. Here we go. 16 seconds till these gates open.
I'll have to see. I mean, I suspect with the map choice and the comp choice that they're just going to get on Super T's and train him down until he's dead. And every stun is going to be really scary for him. I suspect that Trant will use his Breath of Cinder Ghost right away. They'll use a Adrenaline Rush. They'll use everything really on Super T's. And he's going to have to use his Trinket and Barkskin to survive unless he somehow gets miraculous peels. And then that becomes really scary because after you've used those, the red buff killing spree comes up from Feroh's. So just a lot of upfront pressure from this comp.
Yeah, looks like the KFC is hopping onto Trent the DK once again. But Super T's comes out, a stealth, and Feroh's jumps right on him with that Garrote. Super T's staying in bear form, the full kidney goes out. And this is breath and everything, lots of buttons being used. Super T's in that Barkskin in bear form. He's not taking any chances. He's going to Trinket, Nature Swiftness, and Iron Bark. He's not letting these guys kill him in this all-in. He's trying to get away from these double melee desperately. Roar Sacrifice going to fade, Iron Bark and Barkskin now fading. But that was an efficient trade for Super T's, I think. I think that he's going to be able to afford to do that every time. Tony now looks like he's taking a bit of damage from this DK rogue team as well. But it looks like Trent is going to be the kill target of choice from this KFC once again.
Yeah, Super T's once again getting reconnected to, and this is a scary situation. He doesn't have his bar skin for another 24 seconds. He's going to try to camp bear form as long as possible. Feroh's getting Shockwave, though, down to 6% and gets executed. Just gets smoked. All three of them using their trinket in the opener and just gets caught in a stun and explodes while trying to go on Super T's, who's just sitting in bear, not really in any danger.
Unbelievable, man. That was insane. Keep an eye on this rogue's health, guys. I mean, I was targeting Losa when he did that. I mean, you'll see Recklessness comes out and he just deletes this rogue. Losa coming out of that bash, he's going to trinket. And right here, he gets offensive. Recklessness avatar, Shockwave on the Ferohs, and just chunks him to execute range. And that's going to do it. 2-0 for Tony from the Bronx.
Hello.
Hey.
Can I ask you a question about rules?
Yeah, what's up?
When you message me that they're playing that, are we allowed to leave and message you that we're changing?
No, because like, so for example, if the teams, like, for example, if the team actually did pop up, like when you get into the queue, because basically my whispers are just replacing the team is popping up, right? So like,
okay, so just for like argument or just experimentation, let's say they beat us. Now we can switch, they can still switch too, and but you won't say anything until we're in the game, and then we can't change after that
Correct.
point.
Yeah. So like when you enter the game, that's when you see what composition you're facing. Yeah. So we're not gonna tell you, like, ask them preemptively what comps they're gonna be playing before, so you can pick your comp and stuff like that. But like inside of the arena is when you would normally see the teams pop up, and that's all my whispers are replacing.
Okay.
Yeah, oh my goodness gracious, Losa's damage, what the heck?
Dude, I hit him in bear form a couple times.
The huge thrashes or whatever.
I mangled him 5 times and that's done.
It actually hits reasonably hard too. Like, I'm sure you did like 30k damage.
I'm gonna look at the replay again, man. Like, I want to look at this rogue's health. This rogue's health just got...
I had Moonfire on him, I think, and I mangled him.
Yeah, you do have Moonfire on him right now. It's crazy how far he drops. He drops, like, the initial drop is insane. There's the Shockwave. He's at 68% health, and he drops down to 22% health. Crazy. Alright. Here we go, guys. What do we have up next? Is up next by chance ready?
No.
Okay, let's take a look at the bracket. So up next we have the BBs versus With My Woes. Now, With My Woes dropped down to the losers bracket after going up against, or not going up against, Get a Grip. They weren't available to compete, so they still might not be available to compete. So up next we might have Burrito Boys versus Chasing Waterfalls. That same TSG that we just saw, / our rogue DK healer. That's crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how squishy rogues are when they're caught in a stun like that. They don't have that feint available to them. It's nuts.
You could argue they can do the same to somebody else now.
Yeah, you definitely can argue that. With My Woes. Okay, so With My Woes, is that a confirmed, love?
I'm just gonna confirm it.
Alright, With My Woes, unfortunately, is going to be... I'm not going to say anything until she 100% confirms it. But they're potentially going to be eliminated.
Yeah, the reason that rule is in place is because if you were able to just leave the game and switch, it would just be a never-ending cycle.
Yeah, it'd be never-ending, yeah, exactly.
If both teams had two comps that sort of countered each other, then every team would just leave over and over.
Yeah.
So
That's why I wanted to ask. That's why we didn't leave. We said we were going to play it and then ask.
Yeah. I'll be more specific about that. New team lead for Burrito Boy.
Well, it's like the first time anyone's changed a comp on both sides.
Yeah, it was so cool though. Tony from the Bronx, you guys are notorious for having those multiple compositions, and it's so
We
cool.
got another secret comp coming up in the wings.
Don't say anything.
I'm not going to say anything.
I want to be surprised.
Does it have a mage in it?
No.
Aww. Does it have a...
Do you want it to have a mage in it?
Does it have a boomkin in it?
No.
What the heck? I don't even know. Okay, I thought I knew, but I don't know.
I won't lie, but
What?
we'll see if we pull it out.
I'm excited. I hope you do, man.
It'll be the first debut in it. I mean, it could go bad, but we're gonna practice it because we feel it's the best way we can beat some of these teams in tournaments.
All right. So you said that there's a new team leader. Yes, you are. You said that there's a new team leader, love, but are they gonna add me or what's the dealio?
Yeah. I told him.
All right. Oh, I got it. All right. So are they ready? I'm kind of rooting for this DK Warrior team because they have those multiple comps. Whenever I see those multiple compositions, I always get so happy. I think it's cool. I don't know.
You expect one thing and see another. I'd imagine they're gonna play DK Rogue into RMP. I just can't see a priest dealing with that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that's so much pressure to deal with, and if they just play really all in on him, then
Oh, right,
he's
because
gonna have a hard time.
it's not an RMD, it's an RMP. It's a good point, man.
But
Alright.
TSG does well against it too, so I don't know. They could go with either one.
Okay, go ahead and put the timer on. We're at 10:23. Gonna give this team 10 whole minutes to get ready.
No, it's not 10:23 where I live.
Well, it's just for me, okay? It's 10:23.
It's already
where I'm
been
at.
3 hours if you're gonna wait 10 minutes.
Oh, you guys are DQ. You
Wow, you live in the past? That's sweet.
Oh my god.
That's so cool. I like that voice, man. I really want that emote.
What emote?
What emote
Wait,
would
am I
you
allowed
make
to
for
say?
that voice?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. What's the emote gonna be?
I don't know. I think that you should I don't know. You should have my hair like
I
this,
get-
like greased up and combed over, and then you should wear glasses. Should be the Ven voice emote.
The Ven
Nerd
voice.
emote?
I don't know, man. I think that
I gave you guys some pictures of my face, and you told me they're all bad, and you want me to make a gasm face.
Hey,
My
hey,
gasm
hey.
face is not that good.
first and foremost, Clutter said that. All right, man. I think you're beautiful, no matter what they say. You are beautiful in every single way. Was waiting on this team, Burrito Boy Special. They have a different team leader now. I'm not sure if that means the composition's gonna change, but they're very limited. I thought, oh, they have the RMD available to them, huh?
They can play both RMD and RMP.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna go ahead and double check the team list, but
I don't think so.
They just are getting a different road.
Oh, they're getting a different rogue?
Wait, who's getting a different road?
Burrito Boy Special is not gonna have their Burrito Boy.
Good, I can't pronounce that word anyway.
Burrito? Burrito?
I
Why?
couldn't. You didn't notice me saying it wrong?
Wait, what do you say?
You didn't notice at all? Okay,
No.
maybe I'm saying it right. Maybe I'm just freaking
Wait, say it
out.
again, right now?
Maybe someone is probably just trolling me in chat. Well, if I think about it, I can say burrito. Like, but when I'm talking really fast, like I just slur letters together and it sounds like burrito.
No, I sounded fine, dude. Don't worry about it.
How much money
Just
would
pretend-
someone have to donate for you to eat a tadpole right now?
No, I'm never eating a tadpole ever again, man. Those days are behind me. My tadpole eating days, they're gone.
What about $1 billion?
$1 million. No, I still.
He would do it for like a minute. Yes, he would.
You would?
Oh wait,
do
wait.
it for
Oh, well,
$1 billion?
saying
You
no.
already did it for $20.
Well, I'm
Why
saying
would
no.
you not do it for
I
a
guess-
just do
billion?
it
dollars?
again.
Okay. I would do it for $1 billion, but I feel like Super T's is never gonna offer. If you had $1 billion, man, would you really? You would just hire a slave to eat tadpoles. Like, why would you? Just have me eat a tadpole. What's the significance of that?
Okay, what?
What?
That's not. We're not requiring backstory for this. Okay, this is just a yes or no.
Dude, my answers are always
Hire
loaded, man.
slaves to eat tadpoles, confirmed.
My what if situations are always loaded. I don't know.
I just want to let you know that slavery is illegal, Dmachine. Okay.
Wait, I didn't mean like that. Okay, come on, guys.
What?
Yeah, just hire a slave. What?
I don't know. I'm like a personal assistant. That's the modern term for it, right?
A personal assistant and a slave are a little different.
Oh, okay. Like you always see like on those TV shows, like there's that one girl with like the headset on that's always going to get coffee. I don't know. That's pretty close, right?
What?
You're done, dude.
Just stop, you're done.
I'm eliminated, man.
You know that quote, get her done? Well, you definitely got her done,
Yeah,
dude.
it's over.
Open the oven, you're done.
I'm in a bio class. We dissected a cat. What?
What?
That's messed up, man.
It's probably already dead.
It's probably already dead.
Well, I mean,
Some kid's cat died, he brought it to school. Hey, I brought this, let's dissect it.
why
That's
not?
horrible. Oh my gosh.
Is that horrible? I don't know.
For science. It has to be done eventually, right? We'd never know.
Well, not in like a classroom. I don't know.
Where would you do it? The park?
Yay! Hannah's giving me the thumbs up to save me from this conversation. Let's go. Let's jump into this next series. We have Burrito Boy Special going up against Chasing Waterfalls. Though Burrito Boy Special, what is happening? Stop.
I don't know. Let's get into this game.
Yeah.
Let's just play the game.
Let's just play some WoW. We're done here.
This is where we prove that we're socially awkward.
Oh my gosh. Did we prove that?
Well, at least I did. I can be honest.
We
Turn the
have.
add-on. It'll work. I'll turn it on and it'll work because I forgot it'll work.
Oh
It'll
no! Am I
work.
commentating this
It'll
round?
work. It'll work. No, it'll work. It'll work. It's worked every time I've done this.
All right. So
It worked again.
instead of Burrito Boy, they have Sixo. Interesting.
Sixo.
And then we
There's
have.
so many rogues. What the?
Yeah, I gotta go let these teams know what they're facing.
Yeah, they're bringing the DK rogue out, man. This priest is gonna have a rough time.
Yeah,
rough
he's
time,
not. I think they're gonna try a similar strategy. Probably it's RMP's. One of their only chance is to try a similar strategy to what you do, and just hope Feroh's trinkets offensively, and they can catch him in a full kidney shot or a full stun and kill him. But it's gonna be a nightmare for Solace.
Should we try and cast this game in Canadian accents? Like thick Canadian accents? I have a really bad one, but I've heard yours, which is good.
I'm just gonna.
Hey, so Feroh's, he's getting ready to jump in the game. Eh?
Oh my gosh,
This
that's
isn't
so
a-
good.
This isn't hockey, but let's see what he can do.
Please do it. Oh, they're leaving.
They did leave the
leave it.
game after hearing my accent.
Our rogue doesn't have add-ons. Okay. They did leave the game after hearing my accent.
I'm Canadian and I can't make that Canadian accent.
That's a very
that
good Canadian accent, man.
Say something. Just something in that accent. I'll try and copy you, because I can't think of something on my own.
I don't know,
You
man.
put him on the spot, man.
Talk
Yes.
about going skiing.
Oh, did you see the Canucks game?
Oh, did you see the Canucks game, eh? I don't know what mine is. Mine isn't Canadian.
Yeah, I
though.
don't-
That was that.
I'm the most American Canadian. That's what someone told me at BlizzCon when I was talking to them. And, yeah, I think it's proven, man. I live too close to the border.
It was too close to the border.
I don't have that genuine Canadian accent.
I lived on the U.S. side of Lake Ontario for a while. That was interesting. It was cold a lot and snowed a lot. That's about
What are you
all
trying
I
to
have.
say?
Nothing. I went there for every one of my birthdays until 11 years old, too. That was what I wanted every single time when it was my birthday. My parents would ask me what I want, and I'd be like, I want to go on the boat. And they would bring me out on the boat.
You said Canucks, but you live in Calgary. Do you root for the Canucks?
I was born in BC. Born
Oh,
in
were you?
Vancouver.
You're born in So was I.
Yep. I lived there till I was like 16.
I lived there till I was 7.
Canada's a small world after all, huh?
No, it's actually a big
It's
place.
actually the second biggest country on Earth.
It's
Jimmy.
actually enormous.
I'll let you know that.
Bad.
It's just mostly frozen wasteland that no one lives.
Or rock.
Solus wanted to let me know that he was disappointed. And he thought that your accent was bad because he's a full Canadian. Maybe
He was disappointed. Oh, wow,
maybe-
that's messed up.
maybe Sola should get interviewed, and that'll be one of the questions. Let's hear your Canadian accent. Taz is at Ontario now. Rest in peace, freezing. Are these teams ready yet? Hello, ready?
I'm gonna practice one because it's too hilarious to have it in your back pocket. That accent is just the most enjoyable experience.
It was good, huh?
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Clutter, how are you doing? Is everything all right over there?
No.
What's the matter?
Tonight has been so messy.
Yeah, tonight has been kind of messy. What's going on? It's because of the new blood. The new blood's not used to it.
Blood, I think you mean fresh meat.
Yeah, that one. Wait, new blood is a thing, right? I think new blood's still a thing. But anyway, I think it's the newcomers. There you go. The newcomers aren't quite used to the format and the rules quite yet, but we do recommend you read through the rules thoroughly before competing so that you don't get blindsided by any of our rules. Alright, this team is almost ready, so we're going to be jumping back into these games here very, very shortly. Let's take a quick look at the bracket. So, the BBs with my woes is going to be eliminated, and the BBs are going to continue to losers round 2. Up after that, we have the Burrito Boys versus Chasing Waterfalls. That's the series we're waiting on right now. We have the RMP going up against the TSG or the Rogue DK healer. And then we also have round 2 tonight. We have the RLD versus Get a Grip. So that's going to be Nesper, Shapus, and Pink Ranger going up against Elite, Krill, and Rosita Jones. That's going to be an intense series. Then after that, we have the We Carry Unafraid, the RMD, going up against Hey, it's Tony from the Bronx. Are you worried about?
Hey, it's Tony from the Bronx.
Are you guys
I don't
worried
know
about
what these
RMD?
accents are. Just, I'll stop.
Is there 4 more series?
There's 3.
Oh, okay. One's DQ'd or something.
One is DQ'd, yeah. Or not DQ'd, but just didn't show. Was a no-show. Something else to note, guys, if you guys sign up for this tournament and you try to compete because you think it's a really cool idea but you don't end up coming, we do keep track of how many no-shows we get, and to try to prevent like the delays and try to prevent the lack of content, we do start blacklisting after a certain amount of no-shows. So just keep that in consideration when signing up for our tournaments, that we really do need you to be here and when you sign up. It's kind of a lame rule, but it definitely has helped us in the past. So
I don't think it's a lame rule. I think it's very. I think it's necessary.
yeah, I agree. Just so you guys know, we are going to have this tournament, and the finals for this tournament will be tomorrow, Saturday at 9 p.m. And then also we have the EU tournament on Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to come back for those. Should be good.
I'm trying my best to remember my grade 11 French. It's really hard.
Grade 11 French.
Yeah, it's really hard. I can't remember anything. I think it's sick to be able to speak multiple languages. Like, it's just awesome. It's like a whole different world that you don't know exists.
Alright, these guys have 4 minutes left of their 10-minute delay at this point. Hopefully they can get going. Play without add-ons. Just do it live.
Yeah, no add-ons. Alright? His add-ons don't work, so everybody else has to turn theirs off. That's fair, right?
I don't know. Benaruki, do you use any like macro scripts or whatever to get rid of like griffins or anything like that? Or do you use any?
No,
of those?
not at all.
Vanguard's uses
Oh, yeah, you can
million.
get rid of the griffins. I like the griffins.
I love the Griffins. Yeah.
You like them?
I always know where my cyclone button is because the griffin head is hid behind it.
I like to put my chat there. My chat's like on this side, so I have to get rid of my griffin to see my chat.
Oh, you got rid of your griffin?
Yeah, I use the macro to get rid of my griffins.
Something interesting that I remember when I first started playing, I had like a really tiny monitor, like abnormally small monitor, and I had everything really, really big. And now I kind of wish I could go back to that UI. I don't know why. I
Having
miss
everything
it.
really big.
Yeah, and everything close together, because now it feels like everything's really, really far apart.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that play in windowed mode and make the window small specifically just for that.
Yeah, that actually a lot of Korean players do it. almost all the Korean players play window mode with a really, really low resolution. Because I guess they don't have big monitors at home.
All right.
I think big monitor is just like for enjoyment. I think in terms of gameplay, it's actually kind of bad. Or, I mean, it slows you down. That's what I feel like. My monitor actually slowed me down.
Interesting. All right, both of these teams are ready. I think Lettuce might be on the wrong tune. All right, never mind. He's ready. All right, we're going to jump into this very first game of this best of 3 series, guys. Of course, it's going to be on the one and only Grand Arena, and I'll see you guys in there.
Intro?
Alright guys, welcome to the Grand Arena. We have Chasing Waterfalls versus the Burrito Boy Special, but without the Burrito Boy. So we have...
There's no burrito.
we have...
just the Boy Special.
It's just Boy Special. We have Sixo, Zeevo, and Solus going up against Trant, Feroh, and Hotgodtko. We have a TSG versus an RMP. I'm excited to see what happens. I mean, this...
I haven't seen this since Wrath.
I haven't seen this since
It's been a long time.
If I remember correctly, this is a nightmare for RMP. So, did they actually do a comp switch from the last one? I thought they were playing with the Rogue.
Yeah, they were. I don't know. They swapped it up. I let the RMP know what's going on, but I feel like with the Rogue would have been better, to be honest with you.
Well, the RMP's the one that
I'm not sure.
Yeah, RMP is the one that left. That's why.
I'm not sure if Rogue would be better. I mean, you might get a Gib in the opener, but I think long term, DK is a little bit safer. You don't have as many weak links that way.
Yeah, pretty sick opener, though, from the TSG. Already getting pain suppression out of the way here. Trying to cut through it with the DR Stormbolt. Paulie got stolen, thrown onto Zeevo. He's going to trinket it in. He's going to have to ice block the Fear out there. Full Fear onto Hotgod here. They're trying to turn around the pressure, but no damage is coming out. Well-timed Blade Storm from Feroh is going to mitigate any possible stuns, but they're setting up onto Hotgod here. He's in bear form before the stun, but he has no hots. He's going to use the Nature's Vigil and 3 Trents. He Displacer Beast to the pillar, gets out of line of sight, but Sixo is on his tail.
Yeah, he's now caught in a full kidney shot, which he immediately trinkets, and he's running into the open again. Zeevo going to get a little bit of damage on him, but the Ironbark NS does come out. He's going to be completely fine, and now Zeevo's in a lot of trouble, already using his first block offensively. And now he's so no more spell seals will be coming out of him. Solus decides to trinket, and he's going to be able to top off Zeevo. Hotgod now caught into the full sheep of the kidney shot on the Trant. He's going to use that Icebound Fortitude to break that and just continue the assault on the Zeevo.
Yeah, the killing spree coming out onto Trent here, half blind onto Hotgod. They're trying to finish the job. The Death Pact is going to be used here to get a significant burst of healing. Pops the Pillar of Frost to try and turn it around. A Stormbolt onto Sixo, but no damage follow-up. They're trying to connect onto Zeevo. He's going for some polymorphs here. Did get stolen and thrown onto Solus. He has no trinket. Zeevo's in trouble here at 30% HP. It's going to have to be a second block as Soul Reaper ticks. He's going to block at 20%, giving Solus time to heal up here. He does land a double fear onto Trent and Hotgod. Feroh trying to go for the Shatter, but he's going to come out of it before it. That was the trinket of Feroh, and they are swapping over to Hotgod now. He has no trinket. He does have skin, and he's just camping the bear form, knowing that if they do go to him, he has to be in bear form.
You just get deep frozen now, and it looks like Zeevo can't get any follow-up CC because he is under so much pressure getting interrupted on that polymorph. The full fear onto Solus. He doesn't have a trinket for another minute, and Zeevo has to be very careful that he doesn't get another polymorph Dark Sim because that could be the end of his life. He doesn't have a block for another minute. Spell Reflect on the polymorph there from Feroh. Well done by him, and Hotgod just deciding to cross the map is in bear form for this kidney shot. They're trying to make something happen on him. That is the Frozen Orb. He's going to respond with Safeguard as well as Barkskin. Should be just fine because he got into that bear form. The Ironbark out as well. He just trinket up in 15 seconds. Doesn't have much healing, and in the meantime, Zeevo just going to get crushed by that Breath of Syndragosa, and it's going to be 1-0 for Chasing Waterfalls against this RMP.
There it is. That was rough, man. I don't know. So that's a 1-0. This is a best of 3 series in the losers bracket. The team that loses this is actually going to be eliminated. All right, here we go. I'm going to jump right into this next series and see what the next map that this RMP wants. So the RMP, would they prefer like a bigger map or no? What kind of map do you think RMP would want against the TSG?
It's their target choice is so hard as RMP. Like killing the Death Knight feels impossible. I don't think that it was the wise decision going on the Death Knight. I think locking the warrior down would have been better, like trying to bait trinkets and swap to druid when he has no trinket. It feels like they were trying to force the issue by just starting on the resto druid. So
Yeah. It's especially hard too if you have no pressure on the DPS. It's so easy for a wrestler to just keep hots on himself and be very careful, be in bear form, especially when he doesn't have to be out of bear form healing. So I think the swaps have to be a little bit more smooth, and they actually have to have some pressure on the DPS if they want to make it happen.
So up next we have Ruins of Lordaeron. We're going to jump right into this next game. Here we go. Intro hype. Alright guys, welcome to Ruins of Lordaeron. We have the TSG going up against the RMP on Ruins of Lordaeron. So that means that this map is a lot smaller, and this RMP chose it. Do you think they're going to go and try to make something happen on this Druid?
it has to be a swap. I don't think they can just tunnel him down to the ground. He's really just camping bear form. He knows how tanky Feroh and Trant are, and he almost doesn't even need to roll hots. He can just let them use their defensive cooldowns, and once the RMP has committed that damage, then he knows it's not available for a swap, and that's when he can leave bear form and try and heal. So it's Sixo and Zeevo really have to set something up pretty sick to take this, I think.
Now let's see if they can do it. The gates are opening. Sixo popping that Shroud of Concealment right away. They're going to try to get an opener, but Hotgodtko just going to sit back, and they're actually going to get knocked out there by Trant's D&D, opening back up onto the Death Knight. Hotgodtko running out. The EMS immediately coming out from Trant. The deep into full Ring of Frost coming out onto Hotgodtko. Trant has no Ring of Frost, but they are going to try to just pressure Solace right away. He was immediately pain-supping all that damage, hovering around 40% HP, under a lot of pressure from that Recklessness and that Breath of Synderghost. So he's able to top himself off, but that was the pain-sup immediately.
Yeah, as well as the barrier and power infusion. He's running low on cooldowns at this point. He's trying to kite away with the feathers. He lands a full fear. They're trying to get the pressure rolling onto Trant, but once again, he still has Icebound Fortitude. He still has Death Pact. He's got a lot of cooldowns to roll through. He's just spamming Purge over and over. Now the full 60 has to Trinket. They're trying to swap over to Hotgodtko. He did pre-bear form this kidney shot. The killing spree coming out. He throws up the Iron Bark as well, realizing it's an all-in onto Hotgodtko right now. DR'd Kidney from the Shadow Reflection. He's still dipping low into the full Garrote. He got the NS off before some Trents rolling as well. Feroh caught into the full blind. Not going to be greedy. Actually does decide to trinket it. He lands the full pummel onto Solace with that trinket. Now charging back to him. Ice block out from Zeevo there offensively. Fear onto the DPS, but Solace is having such a hard time here into the full Stormbolt, and that's going to be it. Chasing Waterfalls or chasing Victory, and Burrito Boy Special. They're not very much without their burrito.
They needed their burrito, man.
I don't know if even a burrito could have saved them in this matchup, but...
Okay, so we're going to jump into the next round here. Let's take a quick look at the bracket. Up next, we have Magic Men versus Get a Grip, Get a Life. Oh man, the previous victors going up against the RLD, but RLD also have won GCD TV many a time, so it's going to be a good match. RLD versus Holy Pally God Comp. Any predictions for that matchup, guys?
I think
I'm not sure.
From Pink Ranger's perspective, he hates fighting God Comp, so yeah, I don't think it's an easy matchup, but
I know from watching, I was watching Rosita Jones stream, and they're having a really hard time against a Holy Pally Warlock Rogue, but I think with the Resto Druid, it's a lot easier for them. It doesn't have the Save by the Light, and I think they can actually make swaps on the Resto Druid as well. Catching him in like a Disarm Hodge could be his life.
Yeah, it's really up to Pink Rangers as to whether or not... It's more like Pink Rangers can lose the game, but he has no say in winning it. It's really up to Nesper and Pugman to win it, and it's just up to Pink Rangers to not get swapped to and die, not get polymorphed in bad positions, and Nesper has to be careful of dying as well in that Hodge Horrify combo, so they definitely have to play for the survival game, and because it's a Holy Paladin instead of a Resto Druid on the side of the God Comp, they can't really just ride the Resto Druid and try and force him defensive. Elite's just going to be able to get the Hodges when he needs them, and Rosita's going to play really offensive using his blocks for CC, I would imagine. So we're to see if Magic Man can pull off some magic.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm excited to see these two play. It's going to be a good match. I don't know. Just trying to get these teams ready for you so we can just jump into these games. Both of these teams, though, are always so on the ball and getting ready and getting into the matches.
Krill's in a ladder match.
Alright, so they should be ready here in just a couple minutes here. Looks like Krill's team was in a ladder match, getting warmed up, getting ready to go. Have you ever, like, queued up a ladder match in a tournament like this, Supa, and then found out, and then, like, faced the team that you're actually about to go face?
No.
No?
I've done that before.
Really?
I just left the game.
Did
Really?
you leave it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you give away what you're gonna do, like that can be really bad.
Interesting. Dude, the mind game's coming out. That's really cool.
Yeah. Actually, our team was sort of always notorious for mind games. Our MLS never played one game in the U.S. realms before the regionals last year.
Oh my
We only
gosh.
queued in
You.
EU. Yeah.
You're
That
so
is
We only queued in
stealthy.
EU.
That's so cool.
Well, it was nice because then no one really had an opportunity to fight against like a decent MLS. It made it hard for them.
Peter Pan's just hanging out with me here. Let's guys show you what's going on with my kitty. Hey, Peter Pan. You're a good boy. He's a good boy.
Can he fly? Did he lose his marbles?
He does believe he can.
You better have a bag of marbles.
I don't have a bag of
You
marbles.
need to go and buy a bag of marbles before tomorrow's stream.
Why is that?
Because Peter Pan needs to find the marbles. I mean,
Does
his
Peter
friend
Pan
lost
find
them.
the marbles? Is
Peter
that-
Pan finds the marbles
Oh,
and he
I
gives
didn't
them
know.
back.
Oh, does he give them back?
Yeah, so give him the marbles to give to you because you've lost your marbles.
I'm lacking on that Peter Pan lore to name my cat Peter Pan, man. What's the dealio? What's with the teams?
They just finished their match and Elite's AFK.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be right
Good kitty. I'm probably gonna have to put you down. Not down, but like take you off
What?
of the death. All right.
Jeez, man, that's a little harsh.
back.
Cat just wants to hang out with you.
It's just
Hey David, I'm your buddy. You want to cuddle? No, cat. I don't have time for you. I'm playing video
oh my gosh.
Probably gonna have to put you down. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, I don't have time to feed you anymore. I gotta play WoW.
Wow. What did it?
Rip Peter Pan.
I'm never gonna hurt my cat, guys.
Okay, Hannah would never
I
let
mean,
that happen.
that tadpole has something else to say about that.
The tadpole had it coming, all right? He's a good boy. Yeah. First tadpoles, now cats. Stop.
Tadpoles are a gateway food.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. D, your cam is ruined? Uh-oh. How did I ruin my cam?
That's fine.
Oh, it was focusing. Yeah.
Oh my god, look at Peter Pan. He's ready to strike.
He's a good boy. Alright guys, here we go. We have 6 more minutes now. 6 more minutes on the clock for Get a Grip, Get a Life. I'm sure they'll be here in time though.
Hope so.
Elite's restarting his computer.
Elite is restarting his computer. Alright. I'm excited to see these teams play, man. Here we go. I mean, this is kind of this God Comps tournament to win. I feel like they are the favorites, but there's some really good teams in this tournament. Like, for example, your team, Tony. Also, we have the RLD team, and let's look at the bracket. Who's still in it? We carry on Afraid, and hey, it's Tony from the Bronx. Get a Grip, Get a Life, and RLD is still in it in the winners bracket, and in the losers bracket, we have the BBs, the Ret Hunter Shaman. The underdogs are still in the tournament because they got that losers round break, man. And then we also got the Burrito Boys have been eliminated, but Chase and Waterfalls, the TSG/Rogue DK healer team, is still in the tournament. But yeah, those two. What what teams they face is going to be determined by round 2 right now. So we have only 2 more series of the night, everybody. We're going to pick this back up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern right here at GCD TV. If you are a competing team, make sure to, and you're still in the tournament, you have not been eliminated, make sure to come back here same time tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Do you remember the rest of that song?
I love ya tomorrow. Venrique taught us last time, remember?
It's only a day away.
Alright guys, we'll be right back. I'm just going to play you guys the promo as we wait. Y'all ready for this?
His team is just rotting though. Maldiva doing so much damage to everyone.
Is he a live or is he not?
Elite's online.
Vanish cheap shot, can he counter kill? The back comes out, he's gonna die! Kid down to Nesper now, half HP, Nesper pulls it out.
And he just flops! Are you kidding me? Dude, this Red Paladin team is here to play. Welcome to EU, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, the comments when we play that promo vid. Peter Pan's getting entertained by Clutter right now. Clutter's throwing things across the room at him. What the heck? Thank you, Outsist, for that subscription. Actually, we had a couple other
subs.
subs.
Intense is making a video montage of like every single epic moment ever in WoW Arena history for all the years. Like making a montage of it. It could be like 3 hours long of just non-stop.
That'd be awesome.
That would be so cool. I'd watch that. I would put it on my big screen and I'd get popcorn and everything for that.
Yeah, you could put it in order from like TVC all the way up to now. Could be like
That'd
a
be
day
badass.
long, 24-hour video.
I don't think it would take that long.
No, maybe not.
I made a top 5 arena. Like I had my top 5 moments, and I made a video of that. That was pretty cool. One of the moments was that Armageddon finals. Oh my gosh, that finals was intense.
Seeded?
Man. Yeah. It was you guys. It was the 3 amigos versus Skill Capped.
I had to take down the LSD.
Yeah, and crazy amounts of dampening. It was good. It was a good match. I thought that you guys were gonna win the first round, and then that was gonna be it. And then I don't know. You took the whole thing, man.
Was that one last year or the year before?
Yeah, it was last year.
Last year, yeah.
What was I'm lost, man. I don't even know how old I am anymore. The years keep going by so quickly now.
You don't know how old you are?
I don't
Well,
think
what year
so.
were you born? I can help you out.
91.
You're 23, I think.
Oh my god. It's over.
You're done. Let's call it quits, man. Alright, so I just want to give a couple shout outs to Jeremo5, Frobus, Hami, and Outcest for subscribing to GCD TV. Thank you guys so much for that. And we also did get a $4.20 donation from the one and only Free Rekful. Rekful Defense Fund. He is building this defense fund. I'm not sure what for, but every week he's back supporting GCD TV building this defense fund. So I greatly do appreciate you, buddy.
I want to see these games, man.
I do too. They're good. They're ready to go.
I'm patient.
I think. I'm gonna press the go button in one more. Oh no, the minute has occurred.
Dmachine, are we there yet?
We there yet? Hello? Here we go.
Ooh!
I think we're in the
Ready to
games,
go.
boys.
The games.
The games. Krill and Rosita Jones. Rosita Jones once again in that awesome transmog with his corn cob going up against this legendary RMD.
RLD.
RLD. There it is. That's what I meant.
Well,
Does
we're
anyone
missing
else
eight.
cue this comp
No.
No?
I've seen a few people try and play it and not do too very well with it, which is why I don't know why it's so villainized. Like,
Interesting.
right? I think there's one team on EU that does reasonably well with it, and then Nesper's team on US that does well with it.
One of the players didn't join. We might have to do a replay.
Might have been I know Blizzard was having, or WoW was having problems with like instance
Oh,
aborted.
please don't jinx it. Don't even bring it up. Don't jinx it.
Oh,
3 days of nightmares, man. 3 days of nightmares. I just want to practice for the tournament. I'm queuing. I'm like, all right, we lose. Okay. Queue again. Oh, okay, we lose. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Nope. Instance of God. Wait, he's in.
Wait.
Oh, but they left because they
Yeah.
thought he wasn't in.
Yeah. I told the teams to leave.
I left.
I left.
Now that there's no chance he's going out with like 5 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, there's no way. Alright, we're gonna try this again. Peter Pan is definitely fussy tonight. I apologize if any of you guys hate cats. But if you hate cats,
Who hates cats? This is the internet. You shouldn't be on it if you hate cats.
I'd seriously recommend that you give cats another chance, okay? 'Cause they're fantastic creatures. I'm just hoping he doesn't rip down my black thing here. Alright, both teams accepted the queue, but it just glitched out for whatever reason. I like dogs too. Alright, guys. So the donation prize pool goal is created not just for this tournament but also for the EU tournament. So it's gonna go all week, or it's gonna go all weekend long from Friday to Sunday. So that's what that goal represents. And thank you so much, Tom Cruise Warrior, for that $10 donation. I think I remember there being like a Tom Cruise like warrior video on Warcraft movies where he was like,
oh yeah, I remember that. He's like getting interviewed or something, and what did it? Someone edited in things. I can't remember exactly.
I just read that out. I didn't know what that was. Yeah.
Oh, the Tom
Yeah,
Cruise
the
video?
chat was like, what is that?
He's getting interviewed about Bladestorm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bladestorm.
He's like, someone told me if I ever met an SP, and he starts laughing.
That's a great interview. Those videos are great.
They are great. I guess I have an opportunity to go and read what this donation says for the game and the community. Thank you so much, Tom Cruise Warrior.
What if it's actually Tom Cruise?
Whoa.
These guys are running through some errors. Hopefully they can figure it out. But yeah, this team might actually end up having to forfeit, would be really unfortunate. These guys, Elite specifically.
Well, he got
That
in
would be
there.
awful.
What's going on?
He's lagging.
Oh.
I guess I'll take a moment to talk about the other stuff that we do throughout the week. So on Wednesdays we have our community night with the Breaker. Mikey goes through and Peter Pan, I'm not talking to you, man. Mikey actually, or AKA the Breaker, has community night every day on Wednesdays. And what he does there is he hosts like community day tournaments, and he also has his or he also does 5v5 1v1s as well, sometimes against staff and stuff like that. So community day is definitely a cool day. If you are subscribed, I would recommend hopping in on Wednesday night and joining in on the action. It's a lot of fun.
We should do a role-playing event. We should do a Horde versus Alliance and have one guy on Horde building up everybody and one guy on Alliance building up everyone. We pick
like
one
Braveheart, like walking in front of everyone.
Wait, what?
Are you talking about like building up everyone? You mean like like inviting people to group?
Like in game, yeah, like make a raid or something and like have Alliance versus Horde.
Soda Poppin' used to do that all the time. But oh yeah, and on Thursdays we usually have our qualifiers as well. So if a lot of teams sign up for these tournaments and we need to host a qualifier to determine who actually gets spots in the tournament, that happens on Thursdays. This week we didn't have enough teams to host a qualifier, but in the future I'm sure we will. So definitely take a quick look at the bracket. Okay, so it looks like the team actually, unfortunately, they are going to forfeit and jump into the lower bracket against Magic Men. Magic Men will advance, and up next we have We Carry Unafraid versus Hayes Tony from the Bronx. So we're going to get those team situations. Soup, you probably want to dip out now and get ready.
Are we dodging this?
No, they're forfeiting.
Oh, they're forfeiting?
Yeah, they're going to the losers bracket.
Okay, I'll join and
Good luck, Super Tees.
Good luck, buddy.
see what we can do. If we win, man, it'll be the first time we beat an R&D.
All right, man. Just gotta
Don't
believe
say
in
that.
the heart of the cards.
So we'll find out.
Just global that rogue, apparently. All right, guys.
I wish it was that easy, but I'll see it.
All right, I'll see you in there, Super T's. Good luck, buddy. Thank you so much, Kuki, for that subscription. I really do appreciate it, man. All that support really helps us quite a bit. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, guys. Please consider turning off ad block as we're going to get into this next series, get this team ready, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. I appreciate you guys taking a quick minute there to watch those commercials. It really does help us out quite a bit. And here we go. We're going to jump into these games here. We have Hey It's Tony from the Bronx versus We Carry Unafraid. Can they beat the RMD? Now, they're very not confident about facing an RMD, but we'll see what happens. I mean, they're performing quite well today.
Yeah, I think they have a good shot. I think every time they play against RMD, it's actually reasonably close matches.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Here we go, buddy. We're jumping right into it. It is in the Grand Arena. Here we go. We have Shifty on the Rogue, Drifting on the Mage, Taz on the Druid for Team We Carry Unafraid, going up against Tony from the Bronx, Losa, Tony, and Supatees. These guys have been playing with each other quite a bit now. They've been doing quite well as well, so.
And they've actually decided not to play the Turbo Cleave, which is what I thought they would play, and they're going to be playing a KFC, which is interesting. I thought almost for sure he'd be on his Enhancement Shaman, but I guess they've decided they don't like that matchup, so Tony's going to be playing the Hunter, the BM Hunter.
Playing that BM Hunter. Here we go. KFC versus RMD. 20 seconds till these gates open. Losa and Tony and Supatees, these guys have been playing together quite a bit. Now Driftkings and Tazza as well. So, but I mean, they do have that subbed in Rogue that might play a big factor in this matchup. We're going to find out here in just a couple seconds here as the gates are about to open. We got the triple Spectral Tiger coming out for this RMD. Shifty actually running the opposite direction. I'm not sure. I think he might have been trolling, but he's gonna get that shroud off. He's gonna stealth and he's gonna start pushing in here. Who do you think's gonna be? Oh, looks like this team's actually gonna end up leaving.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go take a look at what's going on here. Clutter is infuriated. The technical difficulties tonight have been in abundance, but
it can only go up from here.
It can only go up from here, man.
It's true, right? We're going up.
We go figure out what's going on with these guys. Wow, Peter Pan wants to come say hi. All right, you can get, we have time. Come here. You want to say hi? All right. Here he is, guys.
We're ready. Supatees.
Oh, they're ready now. Okay. So we're going to jump into this next series, guys. Tony from the Bronx versus We Carry Unafraid. Here we go. Jumping right into it. We keep jumping into things, but things aren't happening. I think we're good now. I think we're good to go. But here we go.
I sure hope so, man. I just want to watch the games.
I just want to watch
Is
games.
this a best of
3? Yeah.
3? Okay,
Yeah.
best of 3.
Yep, just round 2. Only semifinals are more than best of 3, and then this time around, Vin, we're going with that idea with instead of 2 separate series for the winners bracket, we're going to give the winners team a 2-0 advantage in a best of 7.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Then it's the winners only have to win 2, and the losers have to win 4.
Yep. Yep. And here we go. RMD versus KFC. I know that these guys are unconvinced they can beat an RMD, but I believe in them. We have to give them the energy, chat. If you want Supatees to get to advance to round 3 and to beat this RMD, give them your energy, chat. Let's see it. Losa's starting out in that defensive stance. He's gonna play it safe. Supatees and Tony both sitting inside the room here. Supatees just outside in his little nook and cranny over here. Driftking's going to come out and start gaining those icicles onto Losa. Shifty looking for Supatees, or what he's actually going to get pulled out by Tony. The gouge goes out onto Tony. Evasion already being used by Shifty, and that evasion's going to dodge the bash from Supatees. Supatees now putting that deep freeze. Tony, he does have that Iron Bark up on him. Shifty cloaking offensively and defensively, I suppose. Driftkings, though, pushing in, and they want to get offensive onto Tony.
Yeah, Drift King still has all his damage. He still has both Ice Novas ready to go, but this is all the offensive cooldowns coming out of Losa right now. They're trying to pressure down Drift Kings. He's getting hunked down right now. Down to 20% and just gets exploded. Dies without blocking there. And I'm pretty sure Losa was playing Siegebreaker spec.
Holy
and he just
crow.
destroyed him. He got a 53,000 Siegebreaker. And Tony coming in with the kill shot. It wasn't actually an execute, and he just exploded instantly.
This team is blowing people up tonight. That Rogue and now Drift Kings. Holy crow. Let's take a quick look at that replay. Keep an eye on Shifty's health. Taz is far in the background there in that full Werven Sting, but down goes Drift Kings. That's crazy. So much damage. Oh my gosh, this is a best of 3, and that was a quick win for Tony from the Bronx, and they only have one more round. I guess you guys did give him his energy. What the heck?
That's a lot of warriors are speccing that now.
Siegebreaker? It looks fun.
Yeah. It's actually you lose intimidating shout. So he's
really?
speccing it's a lot of all-in damage, but if you get to use a Siege Breaker with some execute procs, it's a lot of burst.
Absurd.
It's really scary to fight against.
Yeah. I suppose if you're playing like a comp, maybe like WLS or WMD or maybe KFC, you can be the damage dealer and not the controlling aspect. But I mean, that intimidating shout can be handy multiple ways.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, you give up. That's a huge thing to give up. Intimidating shout. It's one of your major CCs, but I guess I feel like having the extra burst is worth it.
I guess so, man. Okay, the next map chosen by Taz is going to be on Tiger's Peak. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and play that intro for you guys. I'll see you guys in the game. Be right back. Alright everybody, welcome to Tiger's Peak. We have the RMD versus the KFC. Now this RMD I'm assuming is going to play a lot more safe this time around after seeing the damage that this KFC can produce here. But we only have 26 seconds and these gates will open. These teams will clash. Oh man. I mean, the opener was very good for Tony from the Bronx. Drift Kings comes out of stealth and didn't get much done. And then Tony also pulled Shifty out of stealth. So can't ask for much more than that on the KFC side, but I mean this RMD, they're probably they're gonna look for that good opener here in just 3 seconds. There's not much.
Super T's actually, Super T's did a great job last game, actually denying it, throwing the Trance and the Ironbark out onto Tony and standing on top of him, so Drift Kings wasn't able to use those Ice Notes without breaking his own polymorphs. But they're just going to run in and start immediately. Los is going to try to get onto Drift Kings, interrupt him as much as possible, and here comes all the cooldowns. The Siege Breaker again down to 20%, and Drift Kings sort of panic blocking, comes out right away trying to turn around the momentum, but already one Ice Block down. The Deep Freeze Polymorph coming out onto Super T's. Tony now caught into that full kidney shot, taking a lot of damage onto him. But it looks like he is going to be okay. He had some hots from Super T's.
What just happened?
What the hell just happened?
Hello?
Drift King's diet? I gotta watch the replay. I didn't even... How is he dead?
How is he dead right now? What the heck just happened? Hello? We're gonna take a quick look at that.
There's
replay, guys.
He got 107,000 Siege Breaker at some point, so I actually didn't see what happened.
Keep an eye on Drift Kings. Drift Kings now has hypothermia, but he's topped up by Taz coming out of that ice block. Avatar's still going up for Losa though. Losa, what the heck? Stormbolt goes out onto Taz and the reconnection onto Drift Kings, and he just dips. Boom, headshot, and that'll do it for Tony from the Bronx, and they will advance.
Was he still in hypothermia?
He was.
He was.
He just got out of a block, man. It's insane. What the frick, man?
Alright, well.
There it is. 2-0 from Tony from the Bronx. We carry unafraid. They're not out of the water just yet. They still have the losers bracket to bring it all back. But Tony from the Bronx, you guys are looking strong. What the heck? Man. Alright.
That is a lot. That seems very powerful.
That seems
I'm not always a huge fan of dropping like CC for damage, but this is something that a lot of warriors have started doing, and it seems like it works well.
Yeah, that's insane, man. So guys, Tony from the Bronx will advance, and losers round 2 is going to be tomorrow. Let's take a quick look at the bracket. Here we go. So tomorrow we have We Carry Unafraid going up against the BBs, and then after that we have Get a Grip, Get a Life going up against Chasing Waterfalls. Then in the semifinals we have the RLD Magic Men going up against Hey It's Tony from the Bronx, and that's all happening tomorrow, guys. We're going all the way down to the finals tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. It's going to happen right here, and also we are going to also have our patented GCD TV bomb. That's gonna happen in just a quick hot minute. But how you feeling, Supa?
Yes! Oh, I'm happy.
Ooh. Ooh.
You have no idea. Well, while he was dying, I was like, Tony, you're in trouble. Tony, you're in trouble. And then I looked at the mage and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. That's how that went for me.
Whew. Well, it worked out good for you guys, huh? So we're going to bomb someone here in just a minute, guys. We're going to play a couple ads for you guys, and when we get back from those ads, we're going to go ahead and send a bomb out. And we'll be right back. Y'all ready for this?
His team is just rotting though. Maldiva doing so much damage to everyone.
Is he a live lord or is he not? Vanish cheap shot, can he counter kill? The back comes out, he's gonna die! Kid down to Nesper now, half HP, Nesper pulls it out.
And then he just flops. Are you kidding me? Dude, this Red Paladin team is here to play. Welcome to EU, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all ready for this? Thank you for waiting. We are going to go ahead and bomb my good buddy Nesper. Nesper is a rogue that competes in this tournament very often, so definitely show him your GCD TV love, man. Let him know where you're coming from. And here it is. Go ahead and spam that GCD TV bomb in Nesper's chat, guys. I really do appreciate everyone coming out here and hanging out with me. And we're going to be doing this again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, guys, so definitely come back and hang out. I do also believe that I'm going to start streaming as well at twitch.tv/Dmachine52, so if you guys want to check that out, I would appreciate that. And I'll see you then. Later, everybody.